Is it up? You do? Okay.
Leopards in action at their next.
Hi everybody, welcome to Smithsburg High School, getting ready for high school football here on a beautiful Friday evening in Smithsburg. The Smithsburg Leopards hosting the Williamsport Wildcats tonight, week 2 of the 2024 regular season here in Washington County. Good to have you with us here on Antietam Broadband once again. Live coverage of high school sports here in Washington County. Glad to be with you, Mark Keller, along with my new partner this year, Coach Pete Urish. Coach, good to have you with us. And let's start out talking about Williamsport, the visiting team here tonight. Look back at last season, the 3-8 season last year, after big expectations last year, reaching the state quarterfinal in 2022. Still managed to win a postseason game last year, and they got off to a good start this year with a 40-16 win over Winters Mill last week. I know you talked to Coach Tim Small this week. What's the outlook for the Wildcats this year?
So first of all, I'd be remiss if I wouldn't thank Antietam Cable, Tony Heaton, Jim Turner, you, everybody in the truck down below. Thank you for having me. Yeah, it was nice to get out to see both coaches here, and I talked to Coach Small, and I did some preseason stuff and some in-season stuff. And what you're going to see from Williamsport is the same thing you've seen the last 10 years. The defense they run is what they call a 3-3-5 hybrid stack. Their offense is what they call 10 personnel is what he calls it, which means there's 3 wide receivers, 1 running back, no tight ends. And so the 10 is 1 running back, no tight ends is how they do that. And they're big play. And that's one of the things that he reiterated said in the preseason and reiterated this week was their big play capabilities. They want to pass the ball to set up their run, and they got some dynamic runners in the backfield. So it's going to be kind of a challenge for Smithsburg to, what are you going to take away? What are you going to take away? And then defensively, with their defense, they play what they call a 3-3, which means there's 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers. But they call this thing a hybrid. So it means you have 5 defensive backs. But what they do is they take one and put him in the middle of the field. And they're 1 high safety, which means they play like a cover 3 concept. And that guy is a free runner. He really has some adjustment concepts, but he gets to be a free runner. And in the football world, it's what's called a +1 because it's always a numbers game. Who do you want to get to one side of the ball to get your advantage? So that's the way they think that's advantage. So tonight, though, against what Smithsburg's going to present to them defensively or offensively, they're going to be a little bit more of a 4 down lineman and maybe even a 5 down lineman type of defense. But it's not they're bringing in defensive linemen. They're just walking their linebackers up. And then they like to blitz on defense. Talking about special teams, they have a sophomore kicker that Coach Small was really high on. And then their return game, they got some athletes. And we'll get to the kids that they got that play. The Grayton boy had quite a few catches last week, had a big play. I've seen him in practice. He can really catch and he can really run. And they've got some other ones that they haven't really unleashed yet either. And so we know Ciante Wilmore, he is a big play athlete. Didn't really contribute much on offense in the game last week, but he contributed defensively. But he did have 1 nice catch in the game. But Coach Small felt like, hey, if we need him, we got him. If we somebody's got to cover him. So that somebody else was covering him, and they were letting David Grayton open. So it's kind of how that went.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back. We'll talk about the home team, Smithsburg Leopards, in just a moment.
If I was the mayor of this town, I'd still be driving around in a Kia from Hagerstown, Kia.
Be road trip ready in your new Kia from Hagerstown Kia. Like the Kia Sorrento, room for up to 7. Or the Kia Sportage with best-in-class cargo room. Or go big and bold with the Kia Telluride with room up to 8. Shop online at HagerstownKia.com or in person and let our sales consultants help you choose your next Kia. Serving our community proudly for over 25 years, we are
Hagerstown Kia.
When you need someone who will come through no matter what, someone who will go the extra mile, Cumberland Valley Heating and Air specializes in the installation of residential and commercial heating and air solutions. 24/7 emergency service delivers our promise of getting you the help you need when you need it. We're the tri-state experts in heating, air conditioning, and above all, comfort. Cumberland Valley Heating and Air. It's hard to stop a train.
running the bases, it's more than just about speed. It's about agility, endurance, and resilience. But injuries can slow you down. At Meritus, we specialize in keeping athletes at their peak. From prevention to recovery, from rookies to professionals, our team of experts are here to keep you at the top of your game.
Back here at Smithsburg High School, getting ready for kickoff of week 2 of the regular season high school football here on Antietam Broadband. Smithsburg Leopards hosting the Williamsport Wildcats here tonight. Mark Keller and Coach Pete Urish with you. Coach, let's talk a little bit about Smithsburg now. 3-7 each of the last 3 years. Hard to believe it's been it's been 9 years since the Leopards had a winning season. It went 6-4 back in 2015, and losing to 22-15 to Francis Scott Key last week, as a matter of fact. And talk a little bit about Smithsburg, what we can expect to see from them here in the early going.
Well, this is going to be old school versus new school football tonight. I mentioned Williamsport before the break about their new school defense and offense. So Coach Miller at Smithsburg felt like their personnel needed to change. They were an offense like Williamsport was in the past, what we call a spread RPO. And they've switched this year to an I-back. And an I-back means there's a fullback and a tailback in the backfield, and the quarterback's under center, and there's one tight end, and that's what they call 21 personnel, 2 running backs, 1 tight end. Interesting, when I asked Coach Small from Williamsport about what he thinks about Smithsburg, the tough matchup for him, he said 21 personnel. So it's kind of crazy, but how that coach talk kind of goes across. But Coach Miller is they're going to run the football. That's their biggest thing, and they want to win time of possession, and that's and they want to be good on third down, and they want to sustain long drives. Their opening drive last week of the game was 12 plays, took like 7 minutes off the clock, and Coach Miller said to me this week is the best thing we can do with our offense is play defense by running the football, keep their big play capabilities from hitting the field. And his quote to me was, if they don't have the ball, they can't score unless we give it back to them. And so that's what we're looking at. Now, defensively, they went from a 4-3 last year to with 2 high safeties, and now they're playing a 4. It's called 4-2-5 nowadays, but it's old school 4-4, which means you got 4 down linemen, 4 linebackers, but it's 2 inside and 2 outside backers, and free safety and 2 corners. So the secondary for both teams is what we call 3 deep coverage type secondary. Everybody's got a third of a zone, and they can play man out of it, and both play a coverage of what we call 2 high safety or open field safety. So that means you're 2 high, and you got 4 DBs technically. But it's going to be interesting to match up here about how Coach Small and Coach Cleary for Williamsport matches up defensively, because they're both worried about the formations that Smithsburg presents. And so it's kind of interesting how they're worried about those matchups. And then Coach Miller talking to him about Williamsport, hey, what stood out? Big play capabilities. What do you think you got to do to stop them? We got to make them throw the ball short, and we got to take away the run and be able to cover deep when we need to cover deep. So it's going to be an interesting matchup here. How it's old school football versus new school football. So I'm anxious to see how it comes out.
Yeah, one of the things you mentioned, kind of in the scouting report here, and we look at what Smithsburg did last week. Vinny Roncone, 111 rushing yards. Carter Nesbitt threw a touchdown pass, but we're not going to see either of those guys tonight for Smithsburg.
No, we're not. So yesterday, Carter Nesbitt was ruled out due to some health complications, and Vinny Roncone was ruled out today after an injury at practice yesterday. So neither one of those is going to be on the field tonight. So they had to do some quick makeshift stuff and figure out who they're going to get in here. So Levi Miller's going to be the running back, and so we're going to see who Coach Miller it's Lucas McFarland is the next guy up at quarterback. So we're going to be able to see him. This is his first year playing football. He's a baseball player. I did see him throwing some passes last night. He's got a nice arm. So it's going to be kind of interesting. So let's sit back and enjoy the show, folks.
Absolutely. Williamsport will be kicking off to start this one. The Wildcats coming into this one 1-0. We talked about Tim Small, the head coach there, in his 10th season at Williamsport, 45-44 record with the Wildcats. And there's the kick, and we are underway here at Smithsburg. Kick taken to the right side, out close to the 30-yard line. They're going to spot it right around the 29. And Smithsburg will have the ball first here. We'll see what they can get going offensively.
Smithsburg, 1st and 10 on the 29.
So that was successful for the Wildcats because I know Coach Small was worried about Aiden Weekfall returning kicks, and that's who just had the kick return there.
So the Leopards will come up to the line of scrimmage, starting at their own 29-yard line. In the shotgun formation. Run to the right side, and a lot of open ground in front of him. This is Zach Smith down the sideline to the 30, the 20, to the 10, and taken down inside the 5-yard line. Big, big first play for the Leopards and Zach Smith.
Carried by number 3, Smith, from the 29 down to the Williamsport 3.
That was a formation they call their single wings, direct snap to a running back, that Zach Smith's pulling as the quarterback in the single wing there, and that was a power play that went for a lot of yards right there.
68 yards on the first play from scrimmage. It'll be 1st and goal from the 3 for the Leopards. Handed off and into the end zone is Aiden Weekfall. And it takes the Leopards just 43 seconds to get on the board here on this Friday night.
So that play there was a little inside. It was a little inside, what we call speed sweep, but it's an inside speed sweep.
Tyler Ward on for the extra point.
3-yard touchdown run for Weekfall, and it'll be Tyler Ward in to attempt the extra point. And the kick is blocked. High snap.
No good.
Gave the defense a chance to get in there. So with 11:17 to go here in the first quarter, the Leopards on the board quickly. 6-0. Smithsburg leads it. Stay with us. More to come from Smithsburg right after this.
Looking to buy or sell your home? At Real Estate Innovations, we do more than just list and sell real estate. Since 2009, our agents have been offering detailed knowledge of local communities, housing trends, and the overall real estate market. With offices located in Frederick, Hagerstown, Greencastle, and Spring Mills, we have you covered. Call us at 301-745-1500 to connect with one of our real estate experts.
From Hagerstown, Kia.
Be road trip ready in your new Kia from Hagerstown Kia. Like the Kia Sorento, room for up to 7. Or the Kia Sportage with best-in-class cargo room. Or go big and bold with the Kia Telluride with room up to 8. Shop online at HagerstownKia.com or in person and let our sales consultants help you choose your next Kia.
Leopards kicking off to the Wildcats.
Returned by number 2's Beeseeker.
Kason Beesecker on the return for the Wildcats. Takes the ball out across the 40 to about the 44, and that's where Williamsport will start their opening drive here this evening.
And that's one of those athletes that Coach Miller talked about in the return game that they have that gives you a little bothersome. So it's kind of kind of back and forth, like both have athletes back there can return the ball.
Handoff to the right side is going to be Blake DeLauder on the carry. Across the 45 to about the 47, pickup of
Number 8, Blake DeLauder.
about 3 on the play. We'll call it 2. They're going to mark him at the 46.
So that was just an old weak side run. Put everybody to the field and run back to the weak side and hopefully catch them sleeping here back over to this side for the Leopards. But their safety did a nice job coming up, make that play.
Gabe Parker is the quarterback for the Wildcats. We're number 10. He's there in the shotgun. Pass out to the left side. This is Keontae Wilmore. He's a big body to bring down as he takes it into Smithsburg territory across the 40 down to about the 38-yard line, and a first down for the Wildcats.
And that's a tough play to defend. That's called a hitch screen, and you get the ball out there to your athlete and hold him one-on-one against athletes in space.
Pickup of about 17 on that play. Williamsport 1st and 10 now from the Smithsburg 37. With the handoff again. This is Biesecker.
Yep, and that's the same play. It came this way, but it went to the strength of the formation to the field, but it's the same play they ran the opening play of the game. It's a little inside zone, they call it, but they ran it to the strength this time.
1st and 10 Wildcats.
Biesecker picks up another first down, gain of about 13. Ball at the 24. Here's Parker back to throw. Puts it up. There's a little contact down there. Ball overthrown. Intended for David Grayton. It'll be 2nd and 10.
So I was going to say the last first down they ran the ball and was wondering when they were going to throw the ball because, Coach Small said they're going to use the pass to set up the run. So we'll see if that continues on, if they're going to run the ball and see what they get.
David Grayton was Parker's favorite target last week. 4 receptions for 133 yards for Grayton. Now here's Parker scrambling a little bit. Has the man open. This is Messiah Martin. He's taken down inside the 10-yard line.
Martin. Tackle made by number 10.
And that's a nice play to run down here in the red zone. We call this the 20 and in. That was a double slant, and it puts an outside back or an outside safety, as we call them, in conflict. And that's what they did right there. And there's an inside trap.
Quick play here. There's a flag down as Biesecker is knocked out of bounds close to the end zone. See what the flag is. Around the line of scrimmage, so we're going to have an illegal shift against the offense. So that's going to bring that play back.
On that play there, they pulled, I believe it was a guard. It looked like what we call a long trap. It started one way and cut back. It's like a counter-type trap. And that's to get the linebackers running one way and then come back the other way. And that's why the play was successful right there.
1st and goal.
5-yard penalty marked off against Williamsport. It'll be 1st and goal from the 14. Parker, fake handoff, and dishes it off to Jordan Wigfall. Wigfall trying to get around the end, and he gets it down inside the 5-yard line.
Wigfall.
Or to right about the 5.
That's the new school way of running old tall sweep from the offense right there.
Mark him down at the 8-yard line. Handoff up the middle, still on his feet. And into the end zone is Blake DeLauder.
Carry by number 8, touchdown, Williamsport.
And they came right back with the play that had the penalty on. I was my mistake saying it was successful, but the run was successful. We had the penalty, but that was a trap to the same side. It was the same play. A different running back ran it, though.
So DeLauder with an 8-yard touchdown run ties things up here.
For the extra point.
Wyatt Yonker on for the extra point attempt for the Wildcats. Kick is up, and it is good. That puts Williamsport in front. 7-6 on the 8-yard touchdown run by Blake DeLauder. Stay with us. More high school football action to come. Brought to you by Hagerstown Kia, here from Smithsburg High School.
If I was the mayor of this town, I'd still be driving around in a Kia from Hagerstown, Kia.
Be road trip ready in your new Kia from Hagerstown Kia. Like the Kia Sorento, room for up to 7. Or the Kia Sportage with best-in-class cargo room. Or go big and bold with the Kia Telluride with room up to 8. Shop online at HagerstownKia.com or in person and let our sales consultants help you choose your next Kia. Serving our community proudly for over 25 years, we are
Hagerstown, Kia.
Are you tired of living with water that is causing rust stains, hard water?
Back to Smithsburg High School, the Wildcats of Williamsport taking a 7-6 lead here with 8:36 to go in the first period. Glad to have you with us here on Antietam Broadband tonight, watching live high school football action. Another decent kick return by the Leopards. Levi Miller bringing that one back across the 30-yard line to about the 34.
Yeah, there must be something on that side. I watched that in practice yesterday that Coach Miller feels like attacking the right side of their return, and because the first two returns have gone that side. Two different guys, but they got to the same place. So there must be something he saw that he didn't share with me on film, but while they're doing what they're doing. So here, let's see what they're going to start out in.
1st and 10, ball at the 33-yard line. Zach Smith takes the snap, hand off to Weakfall, and he's stacked up after a gain of about a yard.
Mark, that was the same play they scored a touchdown on, but it was brought longer. It's a true speed sweep where they hand it off underneath and he runs outside, where the touchdown play ran it up inside. So it's the same play, but block it just a little different, and you hit the gap you're trying to hit it in. It's just an inside gap to opposed to an outside. That was the outside gap there.
2nd down and 9. Leverage at their own 34. Man in motion is Blake Souders. Ball goes the other way. Smith picks up another yard. We'll have a 3rd and long here.
Quarterback keeper, number 3.
About 8 yards to go for the first down.
Smith.
Now, picking up what they ran, that was the same play they ran first play of the game.
Tackle made by number 9.
So
Williamsport.
I think Williamsport made a little adjustment that time. Didn't quite catch out what they're doing here adjustment-wise defensively to that.
Smith in the shotgun. Souders in motion again. And this is picked off, going the other way is Ciante Wilmore. And Wilmore into the end zone.
Interception.
For the touchdown.
Number 9. Ciante Wilmore.
And that's something that is not new to the Wildcats this year. That's their 3rd interception for a touchdown in 5 quarters this season, Coach.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yes, it is. I know talking with Coach Cleary this week, that was one of the things they wanted to really capitalize on. He was telling me, I think 2 years ago, they had 7 or 8 defensive touchdowns, and the kids know it and they want to do that. Well, they're already on their way. They're almost halfway there in 2 games.
Absolutely. Yonker on for the kick again. It is up and it is good. Wildcats.
Extra point is good.
Quick strike here, getting the defensive touchdown. And they take a 14-6 lead.
Score was 6:56 in the first. Williamsport.
With 6:56 to go. And the Wildcats in that win last week, 40-16 win over Winters Mill last week. 4 interceptions in that game. And as we mentioned, 2 of them returned 4 touchdowns. Aiden McAllister and Logan Burke are both returning INTs for scores.
Yonker to kick off for Wildcats.
Yeah, that play there, that was like a little what we call tight end pop pass with a tight end. You play fake it and try to dump the ball to the tight end. Wilmore just made a great play by adjusting and not coming up the field, and he dropped off and made the play.
Levi Miller taking the kickoff around the 10-yard line, returns it out to just about where he returned the last one, right around the 35-yard line.
Back to the Smithsburg.
Going to mark him at about the 36.
35.
And we haven't even mentioned yet, this is our first time seeing the turf out here at Smithsburg High School. I don't think we covered a Smithsburg game out here last year when the turf was installed, but boy, it looks a whole lot different than what it used to look like out here, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I was in the preseason. I was here. I was walking on it, and it was like it's really nice and soft. The old field was real nice and soft, but you might sink down in it. So, but yeah, it's really nice. It makes the stadium look really beautiful, and I know the people of Smithsburg are real proud of it.
First down play, and
Fumble on the play, recovered by Smithsburg.
the Wildcats
14.
all over that one.
Blake Lynn.
Loss on the play for the Leopards, takes it back to about the 32-yard line. Second down and 14 after that loss of 4, and another, the ball's on the ground again.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Williamsport.
And it is recovered by the Wildcats.
7. Martin.
Messiah Martin picking up the loose ball, recovering it for the Wildcats, and Williamsport now, we take another look here. It looks like he never really got a handle on the handoff.
No, they didn't. It was hard to tell until we saw the replay. I thought maybe he was down and it came out, but no, it was clearly out before he hit the ground.
So 2 turnovers by the Leopards here in the last 2.5 minutes, and Williamsport looking to get on the board again. Here's a little swing pass into the flat for Jordan Wigfall, still on his feet, down inside the 10-yard line, and the ball's loose, but I think they're going to say he's down there. Nice run after the catch by Jordan Wigfall.
Flag on the field.
There is a flag down.
Yeah, that was what we call a bubble screen out of that 3-receiver side. They call it trips. You can run it to any of the 3, but it's to the second or third from the sideline in receiver. And they throw that bubble, and it's like a tall sweep again out of the old new school offense.
For a block in the back.
But yeah,
Moving back.
I thought that was going to be a block or some type of illegal block. You usually see that on that play, particularly that far down the field.
And that was the call, so they're going to mark off the yardage against the Wildcats. They're going to be at the 35-yard line now. First and about 14. There's a handoff to DeLauder. Takes it down inside the 25-yard line and out of bounds around the 24.
And that's back to the first play they ran in the game, the weak side zone play we call this.
On the Leopards. Schuster.
And I think what Williamsport's seeing is the defensive end for the Leopards is running up the field, and it's wide in that gap, and it's hard to get a linebacker down in because it essentially becomes 2 gaps.
Pass from Gabe Parker incomplete. He was looking for Messiah Martin out there, but I think Martin broke the opposite way of where Parker was looking there.
Yep, and that was those double slants again that they were successful with earlier, and I'm not sure what the miscommunication was there.
So a 3rd down and 4 now for Williamsport. Parker hands it to DeLauder. DeLauder with some room in front of him. Inside the 10. Taken down inside the 5-yard line at around the 2. And Williamsport will have 4 plays from there to try to get into the end zone again.
Down to the Smithsburg.
Lots of room for DeLauder to run on that play.
Be first down and goal.
There's a handoff to DeLauder up the middle, stacked up. Whistle blows, and looks like they're going to say he's short of the goal line.
Ball handed
It'll
off
be a
number
second
8
down and goal after a gain of 1 by DeLauder.
Gain. Bring up second and goal.
Again, that was another little inside trap, and Williamsport likes that down in this area.
Parker with DeLauder to his left, and he's going to put it up into the corner of the end zone, looking for Martin. But nothing there, and it'll be a third and goal now from the 1-yard line.
So that was just an old, what we call fade route down in the goal line. You see that in
Third
the
and
NFL
goal.
and college football every weekend. Saying my receiver's better than you.
Now it's Case and Biesecker in the backfield with Parker. And it's Biesecker getting the call, and he's stacked up. Nice defensive play
by number 15,
Tyler Ward.
Now that was a really nice play by the Leopards. They adjusted here on this. You notice the defensive end didn't come running all the way up the field, so it didn't widen that gap. Because that's the same play they've been running to the weak side of the
Brings up
formation.
fourth down. Let's hear it for that defense. Make some noise.
So that defensive end not coming up the field, it makes it harder to get that inside into that, in what we call the B gap. It's hard to get into that gap. So that was a nice play by the Leopards defense on that.
Noah Higby with the contain there, and it was Ward with the tackle. Now the ball's on the ground on fourth down, and Smithsburg is going to hold
Placed
here.
on the ground by the quarterback, number 10.
First and goal from the 2, and Williamsport can't get in.
What?
Smithsburg needed a break, and they got one here, Coach.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. There's always a concept. Two coaches are on both sides of the left, or on one side or the other, whether you snap from shotgun down here or not.
But tonight's live coverage is brought to you by Hagerstown Kia, the dealer that makes it easy. Hagerstown Kia wishes much success to the student athletes participating in tonight's game, the schools that they represent, and their surrounding communities. Very appreciative to Hagerstown Kia for their continued sponsorship of live sports here on Antietam Broadband.
All right, we got encroachment by the Wildcats.
Call on the field is offsides by the defense.
Give Smithsburg a 1st and 5 now.
5-yard penalty. It'll be first and
At their own
5
18-yard
for your
line.
Leopards.
Yep, we haven't had one of these 1st and 5s yet.
on
So
the 19.
sometimes the play stays the same. Sometimes people change the play here.
And now a whistle, and we're going to have a timeout here called
Timeout
by the
Williamsport.
Wildcats.
I don't think something was right with their personnel because we noticed on the sideline.
Well, and Coach, we talked about with Smithsburg having a couple of their big names out on offense. What does that do offensively? What does that do to the playbook? Now we know Zach Smith has some experience. He has played some quarterback in the past, but how much do you have to adjust as a coach?
Hey, let me say this. Coach Miller was scrambling a little bit yesterday to try to figure out. Now, they've built some things in, like that single wing offense. Lucas McFarland's had some, reps in practice as, from under center in their I-back formation. But it's always changes with number 2, so you got to get comfortable with what number 2, QB2 likes. And then you go from there. And then you try to make him feel confident, and you build it up from there. Now, Zach Smith in their single wing, that he is their quarterback in that, so he's comfortable there. So they didn't lose someone there. It's just in their I-back offense. But to change offenses and that was part of their plan.
So here's that 1st down and 5 play. Run up the middle. Good for maybe a yard.
Yeah, that was, as I was saying, that was part of their plan to use
carried
it
by
some,
number
but not
22.
to have to rely on it. So that's
Short
I
gain
think
on the
that's
play.
where they were
Bring up
thinking
second
it might
down.
be better to get Lucas McFarland a little more comfortable coming under center. And so we've seen a little bit of eye back tonight. So I think they're going to try to present, Williamsport with a couple different looks formation-wise and try to confuse the defense.
Second down and 4.
Flag on the play.
The formation they're in right now, Mark, is what we call
False
power
start on
I.
your
There's
Leopards.
a fullback right behind the center and quarterback, then a tailback back behind him, and now there's a running back in the backfield that's offset. Looks very similar to that single wing they're doing, but they got the quarterback under center now.
Back the line
And
up 5
McFarland's
yards.
under center.
Second down.
They're playing traditional I-back offense right now.
So false start penalty against the Leopards moves it back 5 yards, and now a 2nd and 9. McFarland looking to throw.
Well, Mark, that
Looking for Zach Smith there.
Yep, that was a weak side
Pass
slant.
incomplete. Number 3, Smith.
That's like a traditional play out of this offense, and if they connect here, we're going to be talking possibly a big play.
We've seen Zach Smith's speed already this evening.
Yes, we have.
Had that big 68-yard run on the first play of the game to set up Smithsburg's touchdown. But now 3rd and 9 from the 14. McFarland looking for Smith again and threw that one into coverage. Couple Wildcats there defending.
Pass incomplete.
Yep.
The number 3, Smith. That'll bring up 4th down.
It'll be a 4th down and 9 from inside the Leopards' 15-yard line. Wildcats could come out of this with decent field position. 2:19 to go here in the first quarter.
I believe this is the first
Number
play
9,
of the
Chase
game.
Hill to do the kick for Smithsburg.
Low kick rolling towards the sidelines and out of bounds just around midfield. They're going to
Ball
mark
goes
it
out of bounds
at the Smithsburg
Out of bounds.
46-yard line.
At the Smithsburg.
So Williamsport
46.
will begin this drive in
1st and
Smithsburg
10,
territory.
Wildcats.
So the last play the Leopards ran, they ran a little inside-outside concept to try to put the outside backer in conflict. So you bring the outside receiver in and the next receiver out, and they got to make a decision. Well, the kid stayed right in the middle of the two. So he was able to make a play. I didn't catch the number of the player for Williamsport who made the play, but he did a really nice job. He played it the way you're supposed to play it defensively. We teach them not to chase players unless you're a man-to-man, but they were in a zone coverage, so you don't chase in zone. Because you start chasing in zone, you get burnt, particularly if you're chasing them to the sideline.
1st and 10 now for the Wildcats. 2:12 to go here in period number 1. Parker airing this one out, looking downfield, and he has the man. Complete to Grayton. David Grayton again with a big
Pass
catch.
complete. Number 4.
So that ball was just a little underthrown. I'm not sure if Gabe Parker was
1st and
underthrown
10.
after what we call back shoulder fade.
Wildcats ball placed
It
on
looked
the
like it
16.
because it's hard for a defensive back to make a play on that type of throw. That was a nice thrown catch.
Parker throwing again.
Now we're back to that hit screen they ran earlier in the game.
Pass incomplete.
They ran it to Wilmore earlier in the game, and he got a lot of yards. So they ran it to Matthias right there, I believe.
Messiah Martin.
Messiah Martin, all right.
So 2nd down now and 10 at the Smithsburg 17-yard line. Biesecker in the backfield. He gets the handoff. Has some room down the sideline. He's going to be short of the goal line. Out of bounds right around the 3-yard line.
Looks like the ball will be placed on the 3-yard line. Should be 1st and goal for the Wildcats. Tackle was
Nice
made
little
by
burst from
15.
Biesecker there.
Yes, that was. That's
Ward,
just
I
a
believe.
straight ahead run down in what we call the A gap, but he bounced it out because now we're back to the trap.
Now Biesecker gets it again and into the end zone
Touchdown,
for the
Williamsport.
touchdown is Kason Biesecker. Lots of room for Biesecker to run on that one. He was into the end zone before the Leopard got a hand on him.
So they went back to the trap to score the touchdown. The play
34 for the
before
extra
that,
point.
we have not seen that play yet.
Yonker on for the extra point. It is up and good.
Kick is good by
And
Yonker.
Williamsport now extending their lead to 21-6 following the
Near the end of the first
3-yard
quarter,
touchdown run.
Williamsport 21,
Kason
Leopard
Biesecker.
6.
So what Williamsport's doing now with the run game, they added a new run play. I'm seeing them get in a pattern of the same type of pass play with the little hitch screen that they tried, the little bubble screen. They're running the weak side,
Yonker
what we
set
call
kickoff
inside
to the
zone,
fence.
outside zone.
Back
Now they're
kick
running
on the
trap.
12,
Now they're running
weak ball,
true,
number
straight ahead, what we
42,
call same
Miller
side
for
zone. The
Leopard.
running back is on the same side of, but he's running to the side that he's on. Before it's been coming across the, he's running across what we call the toes of the quarterback. And now he ran straight ahead on the first down play, and in the second, they ran the trap and got in the end zone.
Levi Miller on the return, has some room down the right side. Took that from the 15-yard line out near midfield. Do we have a flag down? I think we do have a flag down back around the
Turn by number
30-yard line.
22. Flag on the play.
Nice return there by Levi Miller, but it's going to come back.
Called holding. Those always kill you when special
field
teams.
is
I was a
walking
special
back
team guy
against
for
our Leopards.
a long time, and you get those nice returns, and they just nullify, and it can be a momentum killer.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
And so hopefully the Leopards will be able to overcome that. But they have found something on film that Williamsport's doing, that they keep attacking the right side on the return game, and it's gotten out to the 30-plus, and that got out
Ball
to
be
the 50.
placed back on the 18.
So they're getting
Leopards.
good field
First and
position,
10.
starting field position.
That penalty hurts, though.
Yes.
You go from the 50-yard line back to the 18, which was about where Miller received that kick. So
Yep.
long field here for Smithsburg. First and 10 from their own 18. Handoff trying to get around the left side, but not much room
Handoff up the middle of number 14, Lynn.
there for
Smithsburg's
Blake Lynn.
Smithsburg's back to the I-back offense right now. And they're
Second
running
and 10
with
to go.
a tight end and two running backs. There's two running backs and a tight end, making it 20, what Coach Small was calling 21 personnel. It seems like Williamsport's done a nice job adjusting to the formation.
Second down and 10, no gain on that first down play. Pitch to the right side. This is Levi Miller.
And that's that
Carried by number
old
22, Miller.
old school I-back toss sweep that
Tackle
Williamsport's
made by
ran
number 50.
twice with their little bubble screens, and the guy coming
Tyson
across,
cleared it.
tossing into their what we call their H-back is what Williamsport calls their third receiver that comes in motion, the third in from the sideline that does that. So he's, this is the old school way. So it's kind of funny how everything goes back to the I-back offense from way back in the 70s, and the stuff you see run out of the new school, what we call spread offense, which there's 3 wide receivers, no tight end,
That's the
and
end of the first quarter.
1 running back.
That does it for the first period. Williamsport, 21 straight points here after Smithsburg scored quickly. They have a 21-6 lead over the Smithsburg Leopards. Stay with us. Second quarter action to come here on Antietam Broadband.
School Athletic Boosters concession stand located just beside the press box.
If I was the mayor of this town, I'd still be driving around in a Kia from Hagerstown, Kia.
Be road trip ready in your new Kia from Hagerstown Kia. Like the Kia Sorento, room for up to 7. Or the Kia Sportage with best-in-class cargo room. Or go big and bold with the Kia Telluride with room up to 8. Shop online at HagerstownKia.com or in person and let our sales consultants help you choose your next Kia. Serving our community proudly for over 25 years, we are
Hagerstown Kia.
Back at Smithsburg High School, Williamsport leading Smithsburg 21-6 as we get ready to start the second period. Let's send it down to Bob Parcelletti. He has Williamsport coach Tim Small. Bob?
We are between quarters with Coach Tim Small. Coach, they kind of got your attention really early, but the defense really got you back in the game.
Yeah, they come out in an unbalanced alignment that honestly we weren't ready for. We did adjust in the second series, but credit to them coming out in something that we didn't expect and having 2 really nice explosive plays, especially on the first play of the game. Hopefully we woke up a little bit.
Defense has done a great job for you so far, too. I know you got 3 interceptions for touchdowns. Defense has been
Yeah. Ciante made a heck of a play there. Of course, 4-year starter. He's made a lot of plays for us over the years. We expect him to do that. It's Ciante makes that play, and we're just like, okay, he's supposed to do that. But it's a pretty special thing. Proud of him.
He's the guy that's been here for 4 years, but there's a lot of other great guys helping him out this year.
Yeah. We returned 9 starters on defense, and most of the game here, those 9 guys have been out there. So the stops we've been getting down the stretch, I don't know what just happened. The stops we've been being able to get, it's been those guys, and they just keep producing for us.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Good. That 3rd down and 9 play, Aiden Weekfall unable to pull that pass in, had an opportunity. Bob's mic's
on. Timeout, Smithsburg.
That 3rd down play, Weekfall unable to pull in that pass. Now Smithsburg taking a timeout with a 4th down and 9. Here we take a look at that play again, Coach, and see.
Yeah, it's just a straight, what we call go ball, and I thought he made a nice catch. Looked like he has it. When he comes down, I didn't realize he lost it, but then I saw him hitting the ground, and I could tell then that his frustration, he didn't catch it, but that was a really nice play by Weekfall, or really nice attempt. I mean, if he catches this, be able to tuck it, we're moving the ball up to the 50. And I'm not sure what happened. I think with the quarter change and it's being 3rd down, you come out to a pass. Sometimes you kind of lose sight that it's 3rd down, and then you got to make a decision. Oh man, and we're not getting the right players on the field. Something happened for Smithsburg to call timeout, which I'm unaware of. It looked like when they were trying to run people on, people off, that maybe they didn't have the personnel quite set.
So 4th down and 9 now from the 19, and Smithsburg is going to punt this one away. Chase Hill in to punt for the Leopards. Line drive, and it's kind of right at Logan Burker, and he covers it at around the 32-yard line of the Leopards. So Williamsport once again will have a short field to work with here in the early moments of the second period. Well, we appreciate you joining us here this evening for our live coverage of high school football on Antietam Broadband, channels 6 and 806. Replays of this game coming up Saturday and Sunday, the 14th and 15th of September, 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., both of those days. And then Monday and Tuesday, the 16th and 17th at 8 p.m. on the 1st down play, Gabe Parker hitting Ciante Wilmore.
Gabe Parker. Caught by number 9.
Completion there of about 24 yards down to the 8-yard line, and Williamsport inside the red zone again. They'll have a 1st and goal from the 8. Nice throw there by Parker.
Yep, that was a really nice throw. Nice catch, but another throw that's not carrying him to the deep level, the 3rd level of the coverage. So you can call that a back shoulder throw, but some people will call it an underthrow. But I think he was trying to do it so it didn't lead him into the free safety to get tackled. So that was a nice play. Nice play by Gabe. Nice throw and a nice catch by Ciante. That was a nice play by the Leopard defense there on the first down.
Stopping DeLauder for a loss of 3, and now here's DeLauder again, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield once again. Blake DeLauder hauled down by Hunter Drill.
Hunter Drill.
And that's going to be a loss of about 5 for DeLauder, so.
That'll bring up 3rd down.
First and goal from the 8, now 3rd and goal from the 16-yard line for the Wildcats. One thing we've seen so far from Smithsburg is they really tighten up defensively here in the red zone.
Yep.
Parker putting it up into the end zone, intended for David Grayton and incomplete.
Broken up by number 9, Chase Miller.
Good coverage there by
I'll bring up 4th down.
Chase Hill.
Ball be on the Smithsburg 16.
So we got several personnel guys change coming in here. Oh, Younker's on the kid. Make the kick. I'm sorry, I missed him running onto the field.
Yeah, Yonker.
For 34.
Wyatt Yonker on to try the field goal here. It'll be a 34-yard attempt. And it's tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to fall short.
Kick was blocked. Result was short.
So the Smithsburg defense holds inside the red zone once again. Second time they've done that here this evening.
Yep. They, it seemed like maybe sometimes, I used to coach with Coach Peer from Toby Peer at South Hagerstown High School, and he used to use the term settle in. And sometimes it takes a team to a little bit of time to settle in. I think maybe Smithsburg's defense is trying to settle in with what they're getting. So, kudos to them. They made a nice play on 2nd and 3rd down here. Even 1st down on that drive. So
right.
After the big pass play.
So the Leopards will get the ball at their own 20. Levi Miller running this one up the middle for a short gain.
Carry by Miller. Up the left side. So short gain.
Yeah, you mentioned settling in, and we talked a little bit about the Smithsburg offense missing a couple players here tonight. Now this early in the season, you've spent about a month from the start of practice to this point. This is what you're planning, and now all of a sudden in week 2, you're having to change personnel and change plans. And how difficult does that make it on the coach and on the team?
Right. It is really difficult, particularly at the high school level, because usually there's a drop between your 1st and 2nd line players. So, they had to scramble yesterday, let's put it that way, and figure out what is going to be best for everyone involved. And I believe we have a fumble snap there. And that's one of those things that you were just alluding to, is that scramble of, sometimes the quarterback-center exchange doesn't feel right. Those little nuances that we sometimes take for granted when we, put the backup in. There's little things you got to get used to.
Yeah.
So we'll see here. Now we're in a little shotgun. This is the first we've seen with McFarland. All right, that was a really nice little play.
Nice little hook to Blake Souders. Picks up about 3 yards to the 24. We're going to have another 4th down here for Smithsburg.
Bring up 4th down for the Leopards.
Now maybe that's one of those throws right there to get McFarland a little more comfortable throwing the football. So maybe that, he'll settle in here now, kind of settle down and kind of feel like he's got command of what he's doing.
Number 4, David Grayton.
So Hill on to punt again. Biesecker, number 2, and Grayton in the snap over Hill's head. He has some time. Tried to get it off, but it's blocked and now covered. So Williamsport will be in good shape here again. The snap, we'll take a look here. High snap over the head of Chase Hill, and maybe took a little too long to try to get that one up in the air, and blocked by a Wildcat.
Yeah, when you get backed up like that, most teams are usually going to try to come at you. So you got to have a little better sense of urgency if a bad snap. Sometimes if you're real back, it's just easier just turn around, kick it out of the end zone, give them 2 points. But, this stage of the game, the kid did the right thing trying to punt the ball. You just need to do it a little quicker.
Williamsport Gabe Parker with the hard count, and that drew Smithsburg offsides.
Offsides.
A 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 5 from the 6-yard line.
First down.
Yeah, definitely what
the
Smithsburg
Wildcats.
didn't want to do there. They didn't want to give them free 5 yards after getting a punt blocked and give them the ball at the 11-yard line.
Well, and really testing the defense now. They've been on the field here a lot and in their own red zone. Parker across the middle, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Tyler Ward at the goal line. So once again, the Smithsburg defense
Tyler Ward
holds inside the red zone. And it's the Leopards defense that's keeping them in the game here now.
1st and 10 for the Leopards. Ball placed on their 12-yard line.
So they went back to the double slants there, and Tyler Ward just happened to make he's an inside linebacker, and those are coming from outside. They're coming in, trying to get in behind the back, that space between an outside and inside backer. And Tyler Ward made a nice play there. Now we're back to single wing here.
First and 10, Smithsburg from their own 11-yard line. Zach Smith around the right side picks up about a yard.
Short game. 2nd and 8.
So they went back to the first play they ran in the game there. That's called quarterback power, what they ran. And power means you're pulling a tackle or a guard or from the opposite side across the formation and trying to lead up in the hole. And that's what we had there. And Williamsport's done a nice job adjusting to the formation. Now they brought McFarland back in.
2nd down and 9. McFarland pitches to Levi Miller. Nowhere for him to run there. 3 Wildcats there to make the tackle.
Toss to number 22 for a short run off the left.
That was back to the old school.
Like a short
toss sweep out of eye backs. And I think what the concept here is they run inside and trying to, get Williamsport to collapse inside, and then they give them a mix of formations, and they're just trying to mix and match and try to hit where they can. But Williamsport's defense has done a nice job.
3rd down and 9 now. No gain on that play. McFarland complete. Out close to the 20-yard line. It's going to be short of the 1st down.
Pass complete to Weekfall.
Aiden Weekfall with reception.
I believe.
They're going to spot it at the 21 and give him the 1st down.
Mark, the line judge on our side didn't have him. The line judge on Smithsburg had him.
I thought he was a little short.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought he got to about the 20. You see there, he's not quite at the 20-yard line, but.
Right. So talking about Williamsport's defense, I interviewed Coach Cleary Tuesday, and one of the things he said was our team speed. He told me this is the fastest defense he's had in his time there.
Williamsport has had some good defenses here the last few years.
Yeah, yes, they have. He said we're not big like we used to be, but we're smaller, but we can run at every position. And you're returning 9 kids.
Short gain on the play.
9 returning starters. That's hard to overcome, and that's good for Williamsport. It's and if they can run, that just makes it all that much better. I know in my time, the defenses that could run, we won.
And the experience is so meaningful and at this level, at the high school level, experience means so much.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You can't, you can't buy it. Kids got to earn it. And,
ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to
coaches, we want to buy it. We want to buy that experience, but we know, with that are growing pains. When they're young, you got to learn to grow with them, and that can be frustrating from a coaching perspective, be frustrating from a player's perspective. But it's one of those things we got to collaborate and have faith and make sure everybody's seeing got the same vision and seeing the same picture and trying to accomplish the same task.
Right. We'll remind you tonight's live coverage is brought to you by Hagerstown Kia, the dealer that makes it easy. Hagerstown Kia wishes much success to the student athletes participating in tonight's game, the schools that they represent, and their surrounding communities. We appreciate you watching here on Antietam Broadband tonight. First of 4 football games for you this season. We'll be back with you 2 weeks from tonight. September 27th, St. James taking on South Hagerstown High School at School Stadium. McFarland looking for
Pass just out of reach. Number 12.
Aiden Weekfall down the left sideline.
Pass incomplete.
On
So
the
that
second down play.
Oh, I was going to say that was a little different formation. It's still what they call 21 personnel, 2 backs, 1 tight end, but 2 receivers are over to one side and the tight ends back on the back side. Our days, we always called that twins formation. 2 receivers to the same side. We call it twins. And it looks like they're coming back out in the same twins formation. With 2 backs in the backfield here.
3rd down and 9. Ball's on the ground, picked up by McFarland. Oh, nice pass to Blake Souders. He just couldn't pull it in. And we're going to have
recovery by number 16.
4th down and 9.
Lucas McFarland on the pass.
Smithsburg at their own 21, and
number 8.
Chase Hill in to punt
Schuster.
once again for the Leopards.
Brings up a Smithsburg 4th down.
.507 to go here in the second period.
Fumble snaps kill you. They kill your momentum, kill your drive. That would have been a 1st down if he could have hauled that in.
Chase Hill scrambling to get the punt off once again after a low snap, and does get it away. Aiden McAllister receiving that for the Wildcats, and will be down at the 45-yard line in Smithsburg territory.
So we had another botch snap, but at least the punter this time was able to recover. And they do a little thing where they roll to his kicking foot. He was able to do that.
1st and 10. Parker swings it out to the right side to Jordan Wigfall. Still on his feet and then taken down just shy of the 40-yard line.
So Williamsport's back to their bubble screen. I think we're going to start seeing a repeat of plays. Williamsport's doing what they do, and they're saying, you got to stop us. But that is another one of let's do the run pass to set up the run. Here's the same play.
Parker throwing again.
Side. That was a great catch.
This time he gets it to Kamiko Herron. He's got room down the sideline. Herron for the touchdown. Kamiko Herron. Whistle blowing. We have a flag on the field.
And this is usually an illegal block downfield. Probably a hold or a block in the back are the 2 most common you see here.
Offense.
Yep, there was holding.
It is a hold right around the line of scrimmage. You see the flag there, and as you said, that's usually the case.
Folks,
when
we
you
need
see
a
that
car
flag.
moved in the parking lot. It's a silver Honda Accord. License plate number 1.
Sometimes you see another penalty on that, and that's when a receiver might be running out and they're trying to get their feet under him to make a block. And sometimes they may fall, particularly on turf, and take the legs out, and it's a chop block.
Right.
You can't do that. But hopefully we don't see that, but that can happen. Particularly Williamsport, I don't think they've been on turf. This is their first time on turf this year.
Wildcats.
But
10-yard penalty takes it back to a 2nd and 14, and now DeLauder runs it up the middle.
Yep, and back to that inside zone to the weak side is what we call that. See he's to the formation side of the quarterback and running back over here to the single receiver side.
Ball placed on the Smithsburg 46.
5-yard gain for DeLauder, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11 at the 46.
So we haven't seen them in double stacks but once. And they ran the double slants out here. They've been running down in the red zone. So maybe Coach Small's thinking like we could be successful with that out here. But they ran the swing with the back, which is a really nice play. It's a really nice concept because you're running those in routes and swinging him, hopefully hit him, and he gets up the sideline.
Coaches, report down to
Again,
the
it's
double gate.
another one of those like a toss sweep.
Thank you.
But it's the new school toss. There's a couple different ways to do it in Coach Small's offense, and which really makes it intriguing. You know, he said this week and in the preseason, biggest thing they want to do, they want to capitalize on big plays and take advantage of their athletes and get them the ball in space, and we're seeing what they're trying to do.
Right. It's a 4th and 11. That's going to bring on Keontae Wilmore to punt. High kick. And it's going to be downed at the 12-yard line. And
ball down on the Smithsburg 12.
Down at the 12-yard line.
1st and 10 Leopards.
3:09 to go here in the first half. Full slate of games in Washington County, or involving Washington County teams, I should say. This evening, Berkeley Springs is at Clear Spring. Clear Springs at 1-0. They're looking for their first, or looking to go 2-0 for the second straight year, facing the Indians. Boonesboro is at Liberty. The Warriors starting the season 1-0. North Hagerstown playing at Manchester Valley. South Hagerstown is down in the Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia, playing Spring Mills. Hancock is at Southern Garrett.
Short game. Second down.
Afternoon matinee tomorrow at St. James,
We have another announcement
as the Saints host Kiski School tomorrow at noon.
Number 9.
Week number 2 of the regular season.
Yeah, can you believe it's already week number 2?
That's crazy. And with the 9-week season now, since everybody's into the playoffs, that 9-week season, it just makes it even shorter.
Right.
Such a compact season now.
Yep.
2nd down and 14 for the Leopards. Smith in trouble, and he...
That was the play that they ran that Keontae Wilmore intercepted and ran back in the first half, or the first quarter, I mean.
Good pressure there from the Wildcats.
Yep.
For your Leopards. Timeout on the field.
Dylan Serdula putting the pressure on Zach Smith. And the Leopards deep in their own zone now as they take a timeout here. It'll be 3rd.
Fans are reminded that entering the playing field at any time
19
is not permitted. The cooperation
from their 3-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to be, I'm not sure what they're going to draw up here. 3rd and you're backed up. Yeah, you're trying not to get a safety to give them 3 points. You want to try to do the best you can to get something. Sometimes teams like to run just a little quick run play up inside to try to get a little quick hitter because thinking maybe the defense is going to play off and try to defend the pass. So I know some coaches will take shots down here. I'm not quite sure what Coach Miller's going to do. I tend to err on the side that he's probably going to run the ball here and try to, at least get a few positive yards. Now, another great play to run down here would be a screen. But the only problem you have, you're in your end zone here, and that get a holding, and you're in the end zone, it's a safety. So they're going to do it.
It's McFarland in the shotgun, 2 receivers to his left. He puts it up, he's got a man.
Yes.
Complete down the left side.
So there you go, taking that shot. I thought he would err on, maybe a side of caution, but hey, this could be a momentum changer. Get the ball down the sideline. Let's throw to our best athlete. Let's see what he can do, and maybe we got 2 minutes and 3 seconds to get down here and get some points on the board before halftime. That would be great. That would be a great thing for him to do.
It was Aiden Weekfall with the catch. He got a step on David Grayton, made the catch and the first down. It did look like, and they would take a look at Weekfall there on the sideline. He was shaken up on the play, so he's out now. McFarland throwing again. He's hit as he lets go, and it's picked off. Pulled in by Messiah Martin. And another interception for the Wildcats.
Pass deflected and intercepted by number 7.
6th interception of the season already for this Williamsport defense.
They just have a tendency to find the football when it's in the air. Sometimes you have that, and that's Coach Cleary said that. We talked about that on Tuesday about, the kids be able to find the ball and go get it. When you're able to run, it really helps. So now we're running a little hitch screen that they ran earlier.
Staying in bounds is Jordan Wigfall.
Pass complete to number 5.
Now, here is what do you want to do with your, what do you want to do? If you're going to try to save some time to score, you want to get the kids run out of bounds. Or you want to run the clock and try to play hurry up here. So there's 2 philosophies here.
Under a minute and a half to go. Parker to Wigfall. Has the first down yardage, and he's taken down at about the 36-yard line. Clock will stop here with 1:18 to go.
Now, that was a really nice job by Gabe Parker there. They were trying to throw the little hitch screen to Ciante, and with that, there's always a drop-off, and they dropped it off to number 5 there, Wigfall, and he made a play, got the clock stopped to get a first down.
Another completion. Across the middle to Wigfall. Still in bounds. Ball comes loose, but he's
got a first down
after the play. Inside the 20, about the 19-yard line.
That'll stop the clock till they get the change set. And then when the referee puts the ball in play, the clock gets started.
Down to about 50 seconds to go. Williamsport with 1 timeout remaining. There's a handoff.
And that was that same side, whether he's on the weak side now, the quarterback, and then running the inside zone. We call that same side zone is what that's called.
Case and Biesecker.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. He was on the opposite side. I thought he was on the same side.
Now here, Coach, would you have liked to have seen him go out of bounds here?
Yes,
he kind of danced around and took a few more seconds off the clock, and Williamsport had to use their last timeout.
Yep, you want to get out of bounds. Which surprises me that they ran, now the play before that, they ran what was the double slants, all right, with the first and the third receiver, and they ran number 2 receiver vertical down the field. And usually with that, they look deep first and then come to the slants. But with that much time on the clock, Gabe may have, because he got the ball out quick, so he probably was throwing to the ends, one of these slants. And again, when you spread them out in that what's called trips formation, 3s to one side, it puts that outside backer in conflict, and the inside backer don't have enough time to get out there. So it's really nice coaching right here by Williamsport is what you're seeing. They're putting the defensive backs in conflict, and that that run there, definitely get out of bounds. I know probably the timeout is what they were telling him. We got to get out of bounds.
So 41 seconds left. Williamsport using their last timeout there. It's a 2nd down and 6. And now here's where you'd like to have that timeout.
Yep.
He's stacked up around the line of scrimmage.
That was an inside trap.
Clock continues to run down to about 25 seconds. 3rd down.
Stevens.
Parker in the shotgun. Looking to the end zone, and there's no one there but a Smithsburg defender. So incomplete.
Brings up 4th down.
15.9 seconds left here in the second quarter, excuse me.
So let's see what Smithsburg's defense done. They've been pretty stout here the last 3 times they've been in the red zone. So let's see how they handle this. So we're going to these stacked receivers, and that's to put the defense back in conflict with who's going to do what. And we're running slants and goes, and
right into Messiah Martin's hands, and he can't hold on.
And we got a penalty holding on Williamsport. It would be wise to not take this penalty because that would give them a 4th down do-over.
And they do decline it.
Yep. So it's going to be Smithsburg's ball here with 10.6 seconds left.
I tell you what, you have to give the Smithsburg defense a lot of credit here. This entire second quarter, it seems like, has been played inside their own 30-yard line.
Yeah.
And Williamsport has not scored in the second quarter.
No, and it's if you remember the third down play, it was third down when we started third quarter,
right?
And the ball hadn't passed the 50 yet.
Yes, yes.
Makes it easy for the cameraman, you know.
Right. So Smithsburg will take over here. 10 seconds left. They're just going to run out the clock here to end the first half. McFarland takes a knee, and that'll do it for the second quarter here at Smithsburg High School. Williamsport. Lots of opportunities here in the second period, but unable to get on the scoreboard again. They'll take a 21-6 lead into the locker room for halftime. Stay with us. We'll take a look back at the first half with Coach Urish, and Bob Parcelletti's going to try to get somebody here at
If I was the mayor of this town, I'd still be driving around in a Kia from Hagerstown, Kia.
Be road trip ready in your new Kia from Hagerstown Kia. Like the Kia Sorento, room for up to 7. Or the Kia Sportage with best-in-class cargo room. Or go big and bold with the Kia Telluride with room up to 8. Shop online at HagerstownKia.com or in person and let our sales consultants help you choose your next Kia. Serving our community proudly for over 25 years, we are
Hagerstown, Kia.
Are you tired of living with water that is causing rust stains, hard water spots, or bad smell or taste? With S&L Water Solutions, you'll know from your initial call that your water is our priority. We offer well pump services, water testing and treatment, and salt delivery. No water or low water pressure? We fix that too. Let S&L Water customize a complete water system for your specific needs. Just because your water's clear doesn't mean it's clean. Locally owned and operated. Call S&L Water Solutions for an in-home estimate today. Now's the time to advance your future through USMH. 5 universities, 1 local campus, all in downtown Hagerstown. For nearly 2 decades, USMH has served as the premier regional higher education center. And with more than 16 programs, USMH can help you achieve your educational goals with flexible scheduling, small classes, and state-of-the-art facilities. At USMH, we believe everyone should have access to an affordable education. Apply online at hagerstown.usmd.edu.
The Washington County Health Department Tobacco Education and Enforcement Program extends its heartfelt gratitude to these vigilant guardians of public health, to our esteemed tobacco retailers who've successfully passed their 2024 compliance checks. We applaud your unwavering dedication. Your commitment to refusing tobacco sales to minors not only upholds the law, but also fosters a healthier and safer environment for our entire community. Thank you for being the shining example of responsible retail practices.
Welcome back to Smithsburg High School. The Williamsport Wildcats with a 21-6 lead over the Leopards at halftime. Our live coverage here tonight brought to you by Hagerstown Kia, the dealer that makes it easy. Hagerstown Kia wishes much success to the student athletes participating in tonight's game, the schools that they represent, and their surrounding communities. Well, Mark Keller here along with Coach Pete Urish, and as we mentioned, 21-6 your halftime score. Williamsport leading Smithsburg in week 2 of the regular season here, and we mentioned it right before the half here, Coach. So much of that second period played deep in the Smithsburg zone.
Yes.
And Williamsport unable to get it. What do you sort of attribute that to?
I think, as we were talking off air, though, I don't think the ball's crossed the 50, so in this third quarter, but I think what is attributed to 2 things. I think the defense for Smithsburg is starting to settle in, feel that, get a feel for that offense, the speed that the offense presents. So I think it's disrupted the timing that Williamsport has. And then from Williamsport's perspective, I know there's a couple throws they'd like to have a cut back, maybe a couple runs that got blown up. Maybe his blocking scheme wasn't quite right. Running back not quite hitting it where they need to hit it. But a lot of that's dictated by the defense. So as I told you in the break here is I think some of it is the week 2 that we haven't figured out yet. So we're trying to get figured out the week 2 jitters, and maybe, both coaches told me that's the thing that they want to, they want to see but they don't want to see. It's like, we know we got to correct. Some of those things are going to happen, that we'll get better. But as long as we're getting better in every other phase of it, we'll be fine. But we know that, there's going to be mistakes happen. And I think both sides, I think that happened because the offense for Smithsburg, they made the big play to weak fall down the sideline. But aside from that, they really haven't been able to do, I think, one other catch, but they really haven't been able to do much as I know Coach Miller would want it.
We saw it. They started off flying. The Smithsburg offense did. The first play of the game, the big 68-yard run by Zach Smith, and we take a look here at the first touchdown from Aiden Weakfall. Very early in the game, just about 43 seconds into the game, that they scored that first touchdown. But then after that, it was all Williamsport. Blake DeLauder getting into the end zone there with the touchdown run. Jordan Wigfall with a big first period as well. And then here the interception. Really, I think that kind of turned the tide for the Wildcats, that interception.
Yes, they always do. Those turnovers always do. They always get you. So I know, let's see here. Smithsburg's had 2 fumbles lost and made an interception, so they're -1 in the turnover, and Williamsport's got 1 fumble lost and 2 interceptions made, so they're +1. Both coaches talked about winning the turnover battle. The thing that I have noticed that both defenses are doing, they're starting to play really well on third down, and that's always huge, is what kind of third down defense are you? We always talk about third down offense. If you're 30%, you're doing good. Well, defense, if you're 60, 65%, you're doing really well. And both defenses are doing well. I know because there's been 4 third downs Smithsburg hasn't converted on, and 4 that Williamsport hasn't converted on. And so that kind of starts telling the tale of the tape. When time of possession, Williamsport's definitely winning that. But I think it's close. I think it's close. But the points on the board, as you said, though, that pick 6 by Wilmore, that changes a lot of things in a game. And I've been in very few games where we got a pick 6 that you don't usually win. Yeah. 2 things I've noticed in football over 37 years of coaching it is punt returns for touchdown and interception returns for touchdown set the momentum and change the swing of the game. And to be honest, I have never been part of a losing team or losing a game. Mm-hmm. We've done one or the other. And it's kind of interesting how, we always call them the football gods, how they shine upon you when you get those turnovers and turn those into points. Yeah. Because, those are stolen possessions by the defense and stolen points by the defense.
Let's go inside the Smithsburg locker room now. You're Coach David Miller, and you're down 21-6 here, but you're telling your guys, look, it could easily be 42-6 here now with the opportunities that Williamsport had, and the defense has stood up and they've kept us in this game. So now what do we do?
Right, now they got to find out. Okay, they got to talk to Lucas McFarland, because I noticed they got away from their single wing with Zach Smith at the quarterback and running the ball. They tried to throw a pass. They've gone back to Lucas now. I think he's feeling a little more comfortable. He made a nice throw. He made 3 throws that he's completed. So maybe they're a little comfortable. Get him, and maybe it's a good time to sit everybody down, talk to them, figure out what are we seeing out there, what are we doing, let the coaches in the press box get a chance to talk, figure out what defense and how to exploit it. Because one thing that Williamsport is doing, they're what's called crowding the box. If you take the tackle to tackle, the center guard tackle, and make a box around it, is what we call crowding the box. Well, they got Williamsport in some places have 8 guys in that box, and sometimes 9 if you want to count that hybrid guy, and that makes it tough. So that's telling you offensively, we need to throw the ball against that.
Right.
But what the problem is those 2 corners for Williamsport are really athletic.
Yeah.
So it's like, so it's hard to run against that. But if they can get a couple pass plays to loosen up the defense, then they'll be able to get to their run game, because Williamsport's done a great job of stuffing the run. And that's always hard. When football's always hard when you always want to run the ball. And if you can't run it, it's frustrating offensively. And the flip side on defense, if you're getting the ball run on you, it's hard to stop. And it's demoralizing both ways.
Well, stay with us. We'll have more to come here. Second half action to come from Smithsburg High School. The Williamsport Wildcats with a 21-6 lead over the homestanding Smithsburg Leopards. High school football brought to you by Hagerstown Kia.
When you need someone who will come through no matter what, someone who will go the extra mile, Cumberland Valley Heating and Air specializes in the installation of residential and commercial heating and air solutions. 24/7 emergency service delivers our promise of getting you the help you need when you need it. We're the tri-state experts in heating, air conditioning, and above all, comfort. Cumberland Valley Heating and Air. It's hard to stop a train.
Running the bases, it's more than just about speed. It's about agility, endurance, and resilience. But injuries can slow you down. At Meritus, we specialize in keeping athletes at their peak. From prevention to recovery, from rookies to professionals, our team of experts are here to keep you at the top of your game.
Looking to buy or sell your home? At Real Estate Innovations, we do more than just list and sell real estate. Since 2009, our agents have been offering detailed knowledge of local communities, housing trends, and the overall real estate market. With offices located in Frederick, Hagerstown, Greencastle, and Spring Mills, we have you covered. Call us at 301-745-1500 to connect with one of our real estate experts.
Driving round in a Kia from Hagerstown Kia.
Be road trip ready in your new Kia from Hagerstown Kia. Like the Kia Sorento, room for up to 7. Or the Kia Sportage with best-in-class cargo room. Or go big and bold with the Kia Telluride with room up to 8. Shop online at HagerstownKia.com or in person and let our sales consultants help you choose your next Kia. Serving our community proudly for over 25 years, we are
Hagerstown Kia.
Are you tired of living with water that is causing rust stains, hard water spots, or bad smell or taste? With S&L Water Solutions, you'll know from your initial call that your water is our priority. We offer well pump services, water testing and treatment, and salt delivery. No water or low water pressure? We fix that too. Let S&L Water customize a complete water system for your specific needs. Just because your water's clear doesn't mean it's clean. Locally owned and operated. Call S&L Water Solutions for an in-home estimate today.
Back at Smithsburg High School, getting ready for the second half here, this high school football game. Smithsburg trailing Williamsport 21-6 at halftime. Mark Keller and Coach Pete Urish with you. And, Coach, we talked about, what David Miller's saying in the Smithsburg locker room at this point. If you're Tim Small in the Williamsport locker room, what are you telling your team here? You've had all kinds of opportunities to really put this thing away already, and you haven't done it yet. So now what?
Knowing Coach Small, we're probably getting a little bit of stern talking that we've got to clean up the mistakes. Let's get blocked. Let's drive people off the ball. Let's hit the holes where we need to hit them. And then they're probably going to, when they get here, they're probably going to go back to like a short passing game, hit those swings, the bubble screen. I tend to think that's probably their way of using the pass to set up the run. And that's what they did early, and we saw the success they had. So I think that's probably what they're going to go do. And if I was them defensively, I wouldn't mess with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think that's what Coach Cleary's probably going to do. I'm anxious to see what Smithsburg actually does offensively. If they try to do anything to break the formation, to get out, to make Williamsport have to defend in space. And if they can do that, and I know they have some packages in for that, it's just whether McFarland's comfortable with that. Right. And if they can do that, then that's going to put Williamsport in a pickle now. Now we've got to defend the field, but then they come back in the single wing. We got to defend the box. Now they get in the eye backs. We got to defend that. So, it becomes a guessing game as a defensive coordinator. But you can't play the guessing game at halftime if they haven't shown you that. You just got to go in, and then normally most defenses are set up to defend the pass formations and be able to do. And I know Williamsport can do that. So it's just like last week they played a team real similar to what what Smithsburg's doing offensively. So they're used to that, and they haven't seen people breaking out into, like what we, like two by two formations, like two receivers on each side. That's or 3 to 1, what we call trips. We haven't seen any of that from Smithsburg yet, but I know they have it. Talking with their coaches, I just don't know if I think if Nesbitt was playing, we would see it already. But with McFarland playing, I don't know if we will. So that's what it's got to be. And so Coach Cleary's probably saying, "Hey boys, we got to stick to what we're doing." And if they got to adjust, we got to adjust on the fly. And that's always hard in high school football because if you got two-way players, you can't ever get them together. You can only hope, and maybe there's a timeout, and you can get them together and make an adjustment. So, and that makes it, that's the difference between high school football and then the college and the NFL because you got a lot of two-way players, and you got to make those adjustments on the run and be creative of how you do it. So I know we have gotten guys come in and bring them in and, take them out of the game just to tell them the adjustment you have to make. Yeah. So, but I don't suspect we're going to see a whole lot of adjustment out of Williamsport defensively, and I think they're just going to try to get back to doing what they do best: the short pass game to open up the inside run.
We have seen a little bit. You mentioned with McFarland, we have seen he can throw the play there late in the second quarter to Weekfall. Nice throw on his part. He's had a couple nice throws. Is it just a matter, as you said, of just getting comfortable back there?
Yes, that is. Particularly, it's. Well, quarterback number 2 now. This is, I believe, his first year playing football. So, if not, it's only his second, but I think it's his first. So, you, as a coach, you're always hesitant because he hasn't been under the gun yet. Nesbitt's a returning starter. So, how is he going to? We used to say as coaches, put it this way: when the lights are turned on, how is he going to shine? And sometimes as coaches, we are more cautious than we need to be, and we treat them with what we call kid gloves. And we need to take the gloves off and just go let it have it. I mean, you're down 21-6. I know you want to come back to the game, get what you got to do, but you got to find something to give your team a spark offensively. And they did it once, so let's see if we can do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. Leopards coming back onto the field here now, and we're going to send it down to Bob Parcelletti. He has Smithsburg coach David Miller. Bob, take it away.
Hey, I'm here with Coach David Miller. Coach, you guys have been playing a lot of defense in your shadow of your goalpost, but it's been playing very well.
Absolutely. Defense has made some real timely plays. Tyler came up with that pick. We got a little more stout against the run, close to the goal line. So, we picked it up when we needed to. Need to do a little more of it between the 40s too.
You guys caught their attention really early with that first couple of plays.
We wanted to put a single wing package in for a while. We figured, we've got some kids banged up. Now's the time to do it. You don't see single wing every day. Let's see what we can do.
You mentioned the banged up kids, but I guess the timing of it wasn't very well because it was close to the game. How much did you have to scramble?
Not as much as you might think. We had some things in, so we had some backup plans. But you're right, the timing's never good. And, when you find out about it right before pregame and then again right before game day, it makes it even worse. But, we did the best we could. And, yeah.
All right, well, good luck second half.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Bob.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate that. And it does make a big difference with a school the size of Smithsburg as well. A small school, and so when you're taking a guy out, especially a number one quarterback, a number one running back, it makes such a big difference as opposed to a larger school. Even a school, Williamsport, not a huge school, but just the size does make such a big difference.
It does because your talent pool is a much larger. But I will say this: I have been coached at North and I've coached at South, and I know we've had some. Not every position's like that. You know what I mean? There's always a drop off. But yeah, you're right. At the larger schools, just the sheer numbers game, you might find kids that are closer to 1 and 2. But single A football, well, that's what 1A, 2A, Boonesboro, Smithsburg, Clear Spring, Hancock. Those kids, you got to get used to playing both ways of the ball, on both sides of the ball, and playing special team as well, which always tends to be not mentioned a whole lot. So, yeah, you got to be creative how to, get those kids on the field, off the field, and then be able to find replacements because eventually, like week 4 went out, so they got to find somebody to give him a break. So that's a tough thing. And then, it's a numbers thing. And, I mean, fortunately for Smithsburg, they got it, their numbers are really good this year, best they've been in a while. So I think they feel confident in some of the kids they have. I just think it's when your quarterback is, the guy that we're trying to get going, that makes it tougher.
Yeah. We'll remind you again that tonight's live coverage here on Antietam Broadband brought to you by Hagerstown Kia, the dealer that makes it easy. Hagerstown Kia wishes much success to the student athletes participating in tonight's game, the schools that they represent, and their surrounding communities. And might I say, too, a very refreshing attitude from Coach David Miller as well. No, there's no excuses. It's just that next man up kind of attitude, which I guess you have to have. This is what we're dealing with, so we're going to deal with it, right?
Yep. You gotta that's that same thing. You gotta dance with the girl that went to the dance with you. So you gotta and you had to make an adjustment on the run. You got practice. I mean, he's practiced all week. But, when you're the number 2, you don't get quite the same number of reps. And we see it in the NFL, and you're going to see it this week in the NFL, and you see it in college football. But you hate when it happens early in the season like this. And to your point about the size of the school and Smithsburg, that can happen at any position.
Right.
But it's really the quarterback position at every level that makes or breaks the team.
Absolutely. So Smithsburg will be kicking off here to start the second half. Williamsport with a 21-6 lead, and we're underway here.
Oh, we got a nice kick.
Taken by Kason Biesecker around the 12-yard line. Stays on his feet across the 30 and out of bounds.
So that was
the 31.
Two things that happened right there on that kickoff. And open field tackling, you like to teach the tacklers, you got to break down the space, take a side away. Well, he just kept running down the field, but he was going against a really good athlete. And Coach's point against that is always, the better the athlete, you better slow down and take away a side and let the troops come running. Because that could have been tackled back inside the 20-yard line. And I thought he was going to make it, actually. So kudos to Biesecker to make a little move there and get around him.
Williamsport with a 1st and 10, their own 31. Gabe Parker looking to throw downfield. He has Wilmore caught at the 40 and now loose. Smithsburg picks it up going the other way from the 30. It's Blake Lynn with the fumble recovery.
Deep pass complete to number 9.
Hey, that is a great way to start the quarter. That wasn't good from a throw. I'll explain here what happened to them. So what they started doing this at the end, Williamsport did, getting what we call a bunch formation. It's 3 guys, but the middle guy's on the line and the other 2 are off. And then they can kind of mix and match you. And the corner for Smithsburg there got caught with the underneath route and didn't go with the deep route. And that's too much for the free safety to get over. That's why he caught it. But they did a nice play of stripping the ball. And that's how you teach kids to tackle, try to strip the ball, particularly on big plays down the field with receivers.
It was Levi Miller who knocked the ball loose, and Blake Lynn with the recovery and the return. And now here's McFarland on 1st down. Nice reception for a couple of yards.
That's exactly what you want to do with McFarland. It's a 5-yard pass, but it's an easy pitch and catch. And then you make him feel comfortable. You make the receivers feel comfortable. Now what you put in conflict is Williamsport's defense. What are they going to do now? Here it is, 2nd down and 5. 2nd and 6. So what are we going to do here? What Coach Cleary's thinking, what are they going to do? They're going to run or are they going to throw the ball?
The completion was to Zach Smith. Now a whistle here. And now we're back underway. 2 backs in the backfield. McFarland throwing again. A little high for Chase Hill. Yeah, Messiah Martin covering him.
Yeah, we do. So what Williamsport's doing, they're playing a 5-man line, the 2 inside backers. And the other 4 are playing cover 2, what we call a cover 2 concept, but it all looks like man-to-man. So there was nobody in the middle of the field. So Smithsburg's seeing that, and they're trying to throw where they're not in the middle of the field. So the pass was just a little high.
3rd down and 7. McFarland back to throw again. Going downfield, but a little too far for Blake Souders down the sideline. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Pass attempt, 16 McFarland, overthrown.
4th and 7 from the Williamsport 43.
That is one of those where we were talking about lack of, I don't want to say lack of practice, lack of timing with the receivers.
Yeah.
And getting used to their speed. Because that was a nice pass. It was a nice route. He gave the corner a little stutter and got down the field. Just a little bit overthrown.
Another low snap on the punt here. Hill gets it away. The ball bounces right to Aiden McAllister, who's taken down
Received by number 21.
So
at about the 17-yard line.
The philosophy that Smithsburg has got on their punt, they use what we call a spread shield punt, and it's a rugby concept where they try to get out and get the ball down, pin it down to the sideline. Since he's a right-footed punter, they try to keep it to the right side of the field. So defensively for Smithsburg, they know the ball's going to be on the defense's right hash. So a lot of times you chart that to see what they're going to come out with. Now they're back out in trips here, but they're not in a bunch trips look. So let's see if they all. There was
Parker swings it out to David Grayton, still on his feet inbounds, and has a little bit of room. He's out close to the 1st down.
So they went back to the hit screen after the vertical they threw to Ciante. They threw the hit screen, and that's the one of those. Puts you in conflict because you got to get 3 guys out there, and it's what we call get a hat on a hat. And Smithsburg beat them, and they just made a nice play. Was that Grayton? Yeah, made a nice play getting out of that tackle.
Chase Hill came in for the tackle, and he ended up knocking his own guy off of Grayton and allowed Grayton to make the extra yardage. And now here's Jordan Wigfall. There's another gain out close to a 1st down. It is a 1st down. They're going to move the chains.
So that was a bubble screen to the 3rd receiver, and Smithsburg ran it well. Just missed another tackle. And those athletes for Williamsport are going to hurt you if you miss tackles. So that's 2 1st downs in a row on 2 little screen passes.
Penalties declined. Starting to play his 1st down for the Wildcats.
There was an illegal substitution penalty called, but declined by the Wildcats, so they will take the result of the play, which is a 1st down and 10 from their own 41. Parker hands it to Blake DeLauder. He's around the left side, across the 45, close to midfield.
So now we're back to that inside zone to the weak side, but you got to determine if what we call a 2-by-2. There's 2 receivers on each side of the formation. Most teams play the strength of the formation into the field. Some do it to where the back set, but Smithsburg's playing it to the field, and they just running that weak side inside run that they ran successfully in the first part of the game. So Williamsport's back to doing what Williamsport does. There's another bubble screen, which is like a tall sweep. And Smithsburg's making a nice play here, trying to tackle. That was really good, but Smithsburg. Sorry, I'm doing your.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm a neophyte here, so it is.
Nice pursuit here by the Smithsburg defense, not letting Jordan Wigfall get away from him this time. He's going to take it back to the original line of scrimmage here at the 41, so it'll be 3rd down and 10. Parker has 2 receivers to his left. He swings it to his right, and DeLauder with some room out across midfield. He's going to have the 1st down.
So that was really nice coaching by Williamsport here. So they must have seen something what Smithsburg's been doing with their defense on 3rd down, because this is just nothing but a weak side swing. And the linebacker for Smithsburg, the inside linebacker, was I think his eyes got distracted to the field. But you do that. That's a set-up play. So kudos to the coaching there.
1st and 10 at the 47. It's DeLauder right up the middle.
Yep. It's another trap.
And he's going to be close to another first down. Wildcats offense on the move here now.
Chase Hill.
It's going to be about a yard short, so we'll have a 2nd down and 1. Parker swings it. Incomplete, intended for DeLauder.
So Smithsburg has, and I missed this on the last play, so my apologies to the folks out there. On the last swing pass that they ran for the first down. They're playing a 5-man line now. That's why the inside backer was not there. So the defensive end has to account for that swing. So it puts you in conflict.
3rd down and 1. Complete to Wilmore. Has the first down. Wilmore down the right sideline. He's going to go all the way. Ciante Wilmore. 38-yard touchdown on the catch and run. Take another look here, Coach.
Yeah, so it was a 2-by-2 formation. It's a little hitch screen. And 14, Blake Lynn read that well just when he was coming to make the tackle. I don't know if he slipped on the turf or what happened, but Ciante just outran everybody to the end zone.
And we have a Smithsburg player down on the field, now up. Looks like that is Tyler Ward. Coach Miller out attending to him. Looks like he's going to walk off under his own power, which is good to see. But the Wildcats getting back on the scoreboard, breaking that drought. Now with a 27-6 lead here with 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And Yonker will be on to attempt the extra point here.
That's one of those big plays, Mark, that they wanted to try to limit. And
kick is blocked.
Yep.
A couple of Leopards in there. Looks like they got their hands on it.
Extra point.
Trying to drill one of them. Take another look here.
Score, Williamsport 27, Leopards 6.
Yeah, you come out and to start the 3rd quarter, you give up a big play, but you get a fumble, you get some yards. You had a couple of nice little, plays that you ran, and then you got a punt, and then you get a first down play. Kid misses a tackle, gets knocked off by his teammate, gives up a first down, give up another first down, and then Williamsport hasn't looked back. So hopefully those things are backbreakers. They're backbreakers. Now, we still got a lot of time, 8 minutes in the 3rd quarter here. So we'll see what Smithsburg's going to try to do. Let's see if they run the ball to the right side of the return. Yep, they are.
Headed to the right side. Levi Miller once again. And now we're going to have a flag thrown here against the Wildcats.
Might get another penalty on 23. He's got his helmet off, and you can't take your helmet off, but I don't know if the referees are going to do that, but technically speaking, when your helmet's off out on the field, when you're out with the exception of getting knocked off, you take it off, it is an unsportsmanlike.
We see there that was 23, Trayvon Tobin throwing the Smithsburg player down to the ground. That's where the original penalty was called. So we'll see if that's the only one that's called here.
Yeah, I'm really surprised, but I think the referee, when he was coming off, I could see him talking to him, and I think maybe he was telling him, you got to put your helmet, because he put the helmet back on. I know that's why Coach Small went running out there too, because that's 30 yards if they hit him with unsportsmanlike for having the helmet off. So that's another 15. That'd be 2 unsportsmanlike, he'd be out of the game.
Right.
So they might call personal foul here. I'm not sure. So referees tend to do that, so you don't get. So you're not getting ejected for something that's probably not the smartest football play to make.
Well, they mark off 15, so only one flag, only one penalty called.
Right.
Smithsburg will start at the Williamsport 49. But if you're Tim Small here too, now you got to be pleased with the offense, because the offense is finally clicking here now.
Yep, and that's like we talked at halftime. Oh man, this is
now Smithsburg. The bad pitch back to Levi Miller, and that's going to take him back close to where the kick return ended, right around the 39-yard line. That's going to be a loss of about 12 yards.
Yeah, that's not how you want to start out this drive. You just got I don't want to say a gift, but you got additional 15 yards on your return. And I did say gift, so it is. You know what I mean? They're giving you yards, and you hate to lose it. So now we're back into that shotgun twins formation.
McFarland to the right and caught.
Yep.
Nice catch there by Blake Souders. But now they're going to say it was an incomplete pass.
Oh.
We'll take a look at the replay here and see if
pass attempt by McFarland.
Bring that in.
Incomplete, number 4.
Oh, well, from this angle, it was hard to tell with his body blocking our view of the ball, but called incomplete. Nice effort nonetheless by Souders.
Yep.
So 3rd down and 22 now for the Leopards. Pressure coming on McFarland.
So somewhere there was a miscommunication on that, and
McFarland on a pass,
the tight end, I don't know if it was he was continued down the field. That was hard because he stopped, and the outside receiver continued running, and so I'm not quite sure. And that's one of those plays where I think McFarland would want the ball back, and Coach Miller would want the play back, and let's get it communicated what we got to get going right here. I think Smithsburg is a little out of their element right now because of, they got QB2 playing, and plus their idea was to come in and run the football. Win time of possession, limit the turnovers.
Chase Hill's punt rolls dead around the 31-yard line of the Wildcats.
31.
And that's where Williamsport will start.
1st and 10, Wildcats.
Remind you once again, tonight's live coverage, high school football here on Antietam Broadband, brought to you by Hagerstown Kia, the dealer that makes it easy. Hagerstown Kia wishes much success to the student athletes participating in tonight's game, the schools that they represent, and their surrounding communities. Happy to have you here with us. You're watching on Antietam Broadband Channel 6 and 806, or watching us on a live stream on YouTube. We appreciate you being here with us. Happy to be bringing you high school sports coverage here in Washington County. Beautiful fall night here in Smithsburg.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's my favorite time of year.
Yes, absolutely.
There's nothing like being under the lights on Friday night.
That's for sure. My favorite time of year. Well, 2nd and 10 now for the Wildcats. They have a 27-6 lead here on the Leopards. Parker scrambling. Has a man open in the middle of the field.
Pass complete. Parker, number 4. Tackle made by number 15.
Taken down there is David Grayton after a pickup of
brings up 3rd down.
about 7 yards.
So we've seen a change in the defense for Smithsburg. They're playing again with a 5-man line, trying to get, I guess, pressure on Parker and trying to take away the run and forcing them to pass. They're doing a nice job of getting a little pressure, making him move his feet, but it's those athletes in space that bother you.
And now here down the sideline goes Kamiko Heron.
Parker to 3. Pass complete. Knocked out of bounds by Ward.
We got a Smithsburg Leopard injured.
Injury timeout on the field.
Down on the Williamsport sideline here.
I didn't see who it is.
Williamsport staff attending to him there on the Wildcat sideline.
So he's, it looks like he probably has a calf cramp. I couldn't see till the trainer started messing with him. It's Tyler Ward again, and you know, it's still early in the year.
I was going to say, that's something we always talk about here at these early season games, the conditioning. Players not quite there, and even though it's a kind of a crisp night out here, not very warm or muggy or anything like that, it just those early season conditioning.
And a lot of it's coming down to that what we call hydration.
Yeah.
And what are we getting in our bodies? Particularly, you should start 48 hours before and not 72. So, but we try to coach the kids mostly. You got to stay hydrated all day and every day, and it becomes a natural part of your life. Then, now we're in that bunch trips again, and
this is Blake DeLauder busting this open up the middle.
And I missed if that was trap or if that was inside zone. On the trap, a guard from one side pulls.
Carry by DeLauder.
Yes.
Made by
an inside zone. All the linemen are blocking in one direction, and they're trying to block a zone, and they decide who's going to get off to the linebacker. Depends what the D lineman does.
Pickup of 8 for DeLauder, 2nd and 2. Parker scrambling, and is that picked off? Looks like they're still fighting over the ball. We'll see the officials decide who has possession. Kamiko Heron comes out with it.
3rd down, so they're seeing the referees signaling 3rd. But that was a great play. That was a really good play. Zach Smith, they read that.
Pass complete on a play.
Noah Higbee is taking that bubble screen away and forcing. That's what happened. They tried to throw the little bubble screen to number 2, and Higbee took to 3, and Higbee took it away. And so I don't know if Gabe was trying to throw the ball to the number 1 receiver or if he was throwing it out there thinking he may have had that bubble. There's those slants again that they're trying to hit.
And Parker trying to hit Heron on that slant. And that pass was a bullet.
Incomplete.
So we get 4th down and about 5. Ball's at the Smithsburg 42. Looks like Williamsport is going to take a shot here now.
Yeah, you're up 27-6. Why not? They got 2 receivers on each side here, Mark. Going to take a deep shot.
He's going to go downfield.
And they're going to call pass interference.
That was Marquis Weak fall in coverage.
Let's see here. Yeah, he's got his arm on him. See, he's got that.
Yeah, he does have that
upfield arm hooked in.
Left arm wrapped around him, and
Leopards pass interference.
That will give the Wildcats offense new life here. 15-yard penalty. That is going to take the ball down to about the 27-yard line.
Flag results in a 1st down for Williamsport. Ball
and a 1st and 10.
Smithsburg 26.
So this is another backbreaker. You just stop them essentially, get a penalty.
Staying on his feet is Kason Biesecker.
Handoff up the middle, number 2.
He gets back to about the line of scrimmage.
By Tyler Ward.
Yep, so we're back to running the ball on first down here.
On the play, second and 10.
You know, you're in control of the game. You know, some coaches, when they're up, 3 scores, they're going to take control of the game and run the football. But Williamsport's DNA is they're going to run. They're going to be Williamsport. And now there's the outside zone mark. And
Biesecker again.
Yep. And you can see Smithsburg's made some adjustments to that because that was that weak side that they kept hitting them on in the first half and getting yards. Here we got, they're playing a little different scheme defensively this half, but that's the outside linebacker there, number 10, Noah Higbee.
Higbee, yeah. Biesecker picks up about 3. We have a 3rd down and 7 now. Inside the 25-yard line. Parker with trips to his right, and
somebody,
I think that was Heron that jumped.
Yes.
So we're gonna have a false start called here against the Wildcats.
Brings up 3rd down and long for the Wildcats.
I know Coach Small's not happy with that. We get the ball down in the red zone. The red zone hasn't been kind to him on some possessions tonight.
Has not been.
It was early.
3rd down and 12. Parker under some pressure.
Oh, that's a backward pass.
That's loose. That's a live ball.
Get it down. Oh.
He breaks away from one tackle, does wig fall, but taken down well behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, so now we're going to have 4th and, oh man, that looks like we're on the 37-yard line. They got to get down to the 16.
About 20 yards, 4th and 20.
So why not go for it again?
Nice.
Maybe get another penalty. That's what they're thinking. So they barely got a kid off, do a little curl. Little safe play.
Parker to Grayton.
Get some yards.
Picks up about 10. And
yeah. That's one of those where you're on 4th down. And, you go for it. And when you're in control of the game, do you want to get the 4th down? Yeah. But I was nice coaching. Get a nice little easy pitch and catch. Get another 10 yards down the field and make them start in their own territory. When you break the field down, you break it down in zones. And when you get the ball back inside your 20, your chances of scoring is about 3%. And it goes up as we move down the field.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know that's what Coach Small was thinking. Let's get them back. Now they're out at the 26. Their chance of scoring here is maybe about 20% from here. So you play a numbers game.
Right.
This is what we call analytics. And the big colleges and the
we're going to have another interception here by the Wildcats.
Yeah, the big colleges, NFL, have people doing that on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
High school, you got to scale it down and do what you got to do and defend your field and play your field. So and this is what Smithsburg did here is, Williamsport said, okay, well, you're down. You're going to have to try to make a big play. Right. And now if you notice there, that coverage, they're thinking Smithsburg's got to throw now, so they're backing people up. They're not worried about defending the run. You can run the ball you want. You're killing it, and you're taking time off, and we'll stop you. And you got to score 3 times. So
Jordan Wigfall with the 3rd interception of the night for the Wildcats. Here's DeLauder on 1st down. It's going to be
number 2.
Close to a 1st down, maybe about a yard short.
Yeah, I think it's, again, they're attacking the outside zone here. Trying to just, they're staying in bounds. Here's what you want to do. Stay in bounds.
You want to stay in bounds, right?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you want to still stay in bounds and make the clock run.
Second down and 1. After DeLauder picks up 9 on that first down play. Parker looking to throw, scrambling. He's got some pressure. He's going to be wrapped up and taken down.
I know that's not what Coach Small wanted to do. I know he wanted him to get the ball out and not give any yards backwards. But Smithsburg what they try to run, sometimes what you do, and I don't know if they called this or if they got this built in, they run a little hitch screen and they run another receiver deep. And people call it sucker screen. And so you fake to the hitch and throw the guy deep. Smithsburg did a nice job covering both.
And give credit to Rittenhouse Schuster, number 8 for the Leopards.
Yep.
With the sack on that, and now number 8 the other way, Blake DeLauder. All the way down inside the 10-yard line to about the 5.
Now that is a play we haven't seen yet by the Wildcats. That was just a little simple back screen. And you'll see the back fake. It's just a little screen. You got your lineman, let the D lineman run up, get down the field. You can see the D lineman down there, and you're off to the races. That was a great time to call it. Ran into the weak side of the formation.
First and goal at the 6.
And the DeLauder kid can run. He can run a little bit.
They got a nice block downfield from Parker Abbott as well. That really sprung things for him.
I like seeing those old school screen passes.
First and goal from the 6.
Oh, we blitzed.
Parker.
They blitzed. We haven't seen them blitz much.
Tyler Ward getting the sack that time
by number 15,
on Parker.
So I will say that Smithsburg has got something figured out down in this red zone defensively against Williamsport.
It's unbelievable how well that defense has played inside the red zone here tonight.
Big loss on the play. It'll bring up second
The Wildcats have had so many opportunities, and
16.
Smithsburg has answered most of them.
So we're going to get ready to go to the fourth quarter here, Mark.
Well, the Wildcats get 1 touchdown on the board here in the third period. They extend their lead to 27-6 over the homestanding Smithsburg Leopards. Stay with us. Fourth quarter action to come here on Antietam Broadband. High school football brought to you by Hagerstown Kia.
If I was the mayor of this town, I'd still be driving around in a Kia from Hagerstown Kia.
Be road trip ready in your new Kia from Hagerstown Kia. Like the Kia Sorento, room for up to 7. Or the Kia Sportage with best-in-class cargo room. Or go big and bold with the Kia Telluride with room up to 8. Shop online at HagerstownKia.com or in person and let our sales consultants help you choose your next Kia. Serving our community proudly for over 25 years, we are
Hagerstown Kia.
When you need someone who will come through no matter what, someone who will go the extra mile, Cumberland Valley Heating and Air specializes in the installation of residential and commercial heating and air solutions. 24/7 emergency service delivers our promise of getting you the help you need when you need it. We're the tri-state experts in heating, air conditioning, and above all, comfort. Cumberland Valley Heating and Air. It's hard to stop a train.
Back here at Smithsburg High School, getting ready to start the fourth period. Williamsport with a 27-6 lead over Smithsburg. Gabe Parker looking to the end zone for Ciante Wilmore. Incomplete.
That
Good
was
coverage there by Marquis Weekfall.
Yep, that was really nice play by Weekfall. It was a nice route by Ciante.
Parker's pass.
Throw the ball up here. Say my athlete's better than yours. That's one of those where, back shoulder would have been really, because if he throws one, that's a touchdown. But, hey, sometimes you try to throw the deep because, Ciante does a great job of what we call high point, to go get it at the highest point.
Third and goal from the 16. Here's Wilmore now in the middle of the field. Gets another block from Abbott, and Wilmore into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, that's back to that slant. He hit him on the slant and just run across the field. Right here, you see it.
So Wilmore, watch the block here from 55.
Yes. That was another, what we call that, a hit screen, tunnel screen. My bad. I was watching through the post here. But yeah, that was so that he's an outside receiver and he comes back in and the receiver's coming in towards the ball and the lineman let the offensive lineman up the field and go out the block. And, in these situations, coach has got, control of the game, but sometimes you look at it, you got control of the game. Sometimes it's good to practice some things live.
Right.
And sometimes that I think Williamsport's thinking is, comes down to where they are later in the season in these situations. Might be tight game, and we're thinking players and not plays. And that's why they featured Ciante there two plays in a row. So, I think when you're playing and you get control of the game, here's the mindset. Coach Small wants to get out healthy, but take advantage of situations to get real live practice, get somebody else. And I think, Smithsburg, on that side of it, they're trying to do everything they can to fight claw to get back in the game.
Yes.
And things just aren't working out for them right now.
Well, Tyler Ward.
That's about the third time, right?
Yeah, shaken up once again at the end of that play. And I was going to say, Wilmore really, offensively, Wilmore was very quiet in the first half.
Right.
And now we're starting to see him a little bit more here in the second half.
Yep.
Third touchdown of the night for Wilmore. He had the interception return for a touchdown in the first quarter.
And he high-pointed that ball.
Yes, he did.
Yep. And so now I think we're going for two. Are we going for two here? Is Ciante going to kick?
I think Wilmore is going to kick.
Well, they're lined up. Are they going to run some kind of fake here? Yep, now they're adjusting. They're going to the offense, going to a swinging gate, 2-point play.
Parker with pressure. The flag is down.
They weren't set. I don't think they were set over here. Yeah. They were still shifting when the ball was snapped. You can't move. You can't be moving the ball. I want to see the replay to see definitely who was moving. I didn't think everyone was set long. You got them supposed to be set. Now they're all set, but something must be happening over here that we can't see on the screen. So the guys over here on what we call the swinging gate.
Maybe not enough men on the line of scrimmage.
It could have been a muddle huddle. It's technically what I've always called that. People call it the swinging gate, but muddle huddle when you spread them out. And you got to be on the line of scrimmage, just like you are if you're in over by the ball. So, but the line judge over here threw that penalty. But what's happening?
Now we're going to see.
Well, wait a minute.
We're going to see Yunker.
Why did they? Was that offsetting penalties? I missed that.
Low snap. Yunker gets the kick up.
Yep.
And it is good. Wyatt Yunker, his fourth extra point of the evening. And that gives Williamsport a 34-6 lead. With 11:44 to go here in the ball game. I'll remind you once again, our live coverage here tonight on Antietam Broadband, brought to you by Hagerstown Kia, the dealer that makes it easy. Hagerstown Kia wishes much success to the student athletes participating in tonight's game, the schools that they represent, and their surrounding communities. And of course, as always, you can catch replays of tonight's game tomorrow and Sunday, Saturday and Sunday, September 14th and 15th. 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. both of those days, and Monday and Tuesday, September 16th and 17th, both of those days at 8 p.m. Kickoff taken around the 10-yard line.
And Mark,
Blake Souders.
This is the first kickoff that's gone this way.
It is.
We have seen it.
Blake Souders.
And Smithsburg ran the ball to the right side again. special teams are really huge. You get what's called hidden yardage. And, you know, when you're kickoff return, you're trying to get the ball. You want to get it out past the 20. And, you know, punt returns, you're trying to get average 10 yards and get a first down for the offense. And those are the goals you're trying to do. Try to increase those scoring chances. And it's almost like stealing, what we call stealing the possession. You know, you get a first down. It's not a first down, but it mimics yardage.
Yeah. First and 10 for the Leopards. McFarland, like that ball may have been tipped at the line.
Yep.
Falls short, incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
Yeah, I couldn't see who got that.
Second and 10.
So second down and 10. Ball at the Smithsburg 26. Split eye formation there.
Yeah.
Out the ball is loose.
Man.
McFarland fumbles, and it's picked up. Covered by the Wildcats.
Yeah, I want to see here. Defensively, it looks like they're running some kind of blitz. And I believe that was it Caden King that made that tackle and forced that fumble?
Yeah, I believe it was Caden King.
And then 51, yeah, it was Xavier Buey. He's listed as 0 on the roster, but he's wearing 51.
So first and 10 for the Wildcats, right up the middle.
Ooh, he fumbled.
And that ball's on the ground.
Second fumble. That was an inside trap where the guard pulls across the formation and blocks an interior D lineman and runs straight ahead. And Biesecker fumbled there.
Fumble on the play result of Smithsburg.
Smithsburg comes up with it. And that once again was Rittenhouse Schuster for the Leopards, who forced the fumble. 3 big plays for him here in this this period. He was the one that forced the backward pass from Parker that resulted in a big loss. Had the sack as well, and now this one, a forced fumble.
Yep. Yeah, nice play, nice tackle, and punched the ball out down in that red zone again. Smithsburg's defense, they've been making the plays, you know, the bend but don't break kind of a concept. It's just been unfortunate. It feels like the whole night they've been playing inside their 30-yard line.
Yes, it has.
And I know Williamsport's done a nice job of making some, you know, drives and making some big plays, but it seems like the majority of the plays they're playing is down inside their own 30-yard line and back against the wall, and it's not the way you want to play.
Second down and 10 from their own 6, and this one's another loss here as Levi Miller stacked up
22 on
for a loss of about a yard.
Up third down.
It'll be third down and 11. Deep in their own territory.
Yeah, it's they're smothering the line of scrimmage now. Williamsport is. I think they know that you know, Smithsburg might just be trying to get out of the game here. Run. There's 10 minutes left. When you're backed up, that's a nice run.
It's going to be a first down.
Yep.
Out across the 15 to the 18 is Levi Miller.
Carry by number 22, Levi Miller for a first down.
That was a really nice run. Really nice run. You know, when you're backed up like that, you're down, like, you know, you want to be smart with the football. You know, just I was telling you about Coach Small trying to practice some things. Maybe Coach Miller's thinking we got to, you know, try to execute here when we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of the game.
First and 10 at the 18. It's going to be Miller again. Dropped after a pickup of about a yard. Well, both of these teams will be on the road next week. Smithsburg
Small gain
traveling
on the play by Miller.
down to Carroll County. They'll play
Second down.
at Century High School. Williamsport, meanwhile, goes to Thurmont, take on the Catoctin Cougars.
Old Monocacy Valley Athletic League game right there.
Missed those days of the old MVAL.
Yep, one of the original members of way back when. So, yeah, that'll be an interesting ball game.
Catoctin's always a solid program.
And then South Hagerstown played Century last week.
Yes, they did.
That was a close game, 22-15, if I remember, or 20-15.
Looking at my notes here. 20-15. South beat Century last week. And Boonesboro knocked off Catoctin last week, 14-0.
Oh, we got another
Third
botch
down
snap.
and 10.
Fumble on a play recovered by Smithsburg.
And Levi Miller
Fourth down.
covered that. And we'll have another fourth down, another punt situation here for the Leopards.
Yeah, that was another one of those quarterback center exchanges. And what didn't help matters is they were running a trap, so they were pulling the guard. Saw the replay, pulling the guard from the left side across, right where he was opening, and it falls on the ground. That just, thank goodness they were able to recover it and not give the ball back to the Smithsburg deep in their own territory. And
another short kick here from Chase Hill. He's going to go out of bounds at the 26-yard line, and that's where Williamsport will
Miller on the
take over.
Ball goes out of bounds on the 26.
7:24 to go here in the fourth quarter. And as I mentioned earlier, this is the first of 4 football games we'll have for you this season on Antietam Broadband. We're back in 2 weeks at South Hagerstown as they take on the St. James Saints.
That is going to be a ball game.
That should be a good one.
That's going to be a nice one. It was a great game last year, and I think it's going to be a pretty good game.
Friday, October 4th, we'll see these Wildcats again at home as they take on Boonesboro.
Yep, and that is a big rival of a game.
Yes, it
is. That
is
is a big rival game, and both schools like to see who's going to be the top dog there on that. So that's going to be another really good game. So we got a couple really good games coming up here that it doesn't matter what records are, doesn't matter when it's played, how it's played. They're both going to be good games.
Right. And then our final game, just what you were talking about. Records don't matter. Last game of the season, North Hagerstown playing at South Hagerstown. And that one's on Friday, November 1st. So we hope you'll join us for those games when they come around.
Well, that's one of the inside trap, just running downhill. Now this is what Coach Small was talking about, get that pass to set up the run. We got 6:30, and they just, I'm going to be surprised if we see a ball in the air, but I'm not saying we won't, but we might hear to try to get a first down.
Nice run there from Caden King.
But I know they want to get a first down here and try to get this clock running and moving and get out of here. There's a little bubble. They took it away again.
Parker looking downfield.
Yep. Smithsburg's done a great job versus that play. It hurt them a couple times, but overall they've done a nice job taking that away. And it forces, because the quarterback wants to get rid of that ball right now to number 3. And then he's trying to look to see, but we got eyes in the backfield by Zed Souders, number 4. He got caught flat-footed. Yeah, you've got to play deep and over top. So we got 4th down here.
4th down and 7.
We'll probably see the ball in the air here. Oh, no. I guessed them wrong the last 2 plays.
Handoff,
so,
18 up the middle.
That's okay, though. You got a 34-6 lead. I just thought maybe Coach Small would try to run, try to get a first down here and then try to kill the clock.
First and 10, Smithsburg.
5:55 to go here in the fourth period.
So the rest of the game here, I think what we're going to see, I think we're going to try to see, both coaches now want to see, like, how can we close it out from Williamsport's side? It's going to take a, heroic effort to try to make up 28 points here for Smithsburg, but I know Coach Miller's going to want to try to, let's see us execute, drive the ball, see if we can get into the end zone one more time.
Always building, right? You're building for next week here too, right?
Yep, you're 100% right. That's, we're in the, we've got some adversity. How are we going to overcome it? How can we get some practice for next week? And I hate to sound that way. It sounds like you're conceding the game, but the way the game's gone, it's going to be a heroic effort. And you're going to have to get some turnovers. You have to get some things. You have to really, ball's going to have to bounce in your favor really quick, really fast. And from what we've seen, I just don't know if that's going to happen for Smithsburg this evening for the last 5 minutes here.
2nd and 3, Levi Miller again. Picked up 7 on the last play. Gets about 4 here and a first down.
Yep. That was a nice play.
Again around the left side. So the play is a first down.
Hey, that was a really nice run. He's just a sophomore, Levi is. And he's I've seen him in practice twice. He's got really long stride, and he's figuring out, how it's to run. And so he's going to be the feature tailback here probably for the next, who knows long. But just like the quarterback position, I think maybe McFarland, and Miller are both going to, see the field, a lot of significant playing time here in the next couple of weeks.
Here's Miller again with another nice gain, close to the first down marker. Looks like he's going to have enough.
Yep, I think he's got another one.
Good vision here.
First and 10, Leopards.
Nice to see a young back like that taking his time and kind of looking downfield, seeing what he's got.
Right. Yep. And I know Williamsport now, they got some younger kids in. Hey, let's get them in. You're 5 minutes when they went back on the field. And let's see what you can do. That's just, what we call film time. So you get a kid on film and be able to see what he gets to do in live action opposed to just practice. And maybe vie for some playing time. This is where you find those kids that might be backups, and some may end up becoming a starter. That you feel comfortable with, or an injury that you feel comfortable with. So this is great film, what we call film evaluation time. And I know Coach Small and I talked about that, not so much with the second, but like seeing his team get better. This is part of getting better. To see how your second, down the line guys, as we call them, see how they're going to respond, when the lights are shining. So
there's Levi Miller again with a nice gain, and it looked like he was brought down with a horse collar tackle, so that's going to tack on a few more yards.
So we get the old school toss sweep here. And some people call that counter toss sweep because you can do it with the fullback leading you out in front. You can run it like Smithsburg just did, where the fullback is going to the backside. And some people call that a counter. Some people call that buck sweep, buck toss in the wing T version of things. So it's funny how we coaches call things. We got to give it different tag names based on the action and based on exactly what happens.
Well, it's been a fun night here tonight. Maybe not so much for the Smithsburg Leopards, but there's growing pains early in the season, right?
Yes.
You're going to have that kind of thing.
Yes, we are. Yes, and I am too. But yes, yep. There's going to be a lot of growing pains, and you get to see, what, you said it best with the 9-game season. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. No, it does. It really just compacts things. So you wouldn't think just taking one game away it cuts it, but it seems so much shorter, and it really is. It's just such a compact year now.
Right, and then that game number 10, is a elimination game.
Right.
And for everyone. And so, you know, the stakes raise and, you know, each week, and I know every coach I've talked to around the state, since they went to this format, you're trying to stay out of that last spot in your region because you got to play the top team. And then, you know, from there on down, but you're trying to stay out of that bottom spot. And I know some coaches in the top spot don't like having to play that game because of a risk of any type of injury or anything. So it puts the stakes a lot higher than what they were under the old format, where the top 4 went, because you knew what was, you know, what was going. You had your 10th game, but subsequently it makes these games harder, you know, early in the season, because even though everybody makes the playoffs, and there is room for error, but you got to get guys that can play. We got a touchdown pass. So McFarland throws his first touchdown pass.
Grady Schleppner with the reception, 24-yard.
McFarland to number 23.
Touchdown pass.
So let's watch this here. So this is a little sprint out pass here, Mark. We get down the field, and then so he
was standing on the goal line waiting for that one.
Yep. And see, we're going for 2 here.
That cuts the deficit to 34-12 with 1:58 to go. With a pitch to Levi Miller for the 2-point conversion. He is stopped short.
Yep, so
2-point conversion.
Grady
Up short.
Schleppner and Rich Schuster are both tight ends for the Leopards, but I think Grady, they move him around a little bit, and Schuster. But I know Coach Small said going into the game that one of the things that had him concerned was play action pass out of that I-back offense at Smithsburg to do, because the tight end can get lost. And that play right there, they brought the tight end on what was called a drag route back underneath. And I think what happened with Williamsport, their deep coverage came up to the tight end and led Grady wide open in the end zone from the opposite side of the formation. So right there is exactly what Coach Small, I think, was talking about. That you know, they didn't lose the tight end. They were and they lost the other tight end, but he was playing wide receiver at that spot. So so you know, again, those are growing pains that you got to try to figure out. You know, who can, who can't, and so that's you know, and figure out why that happened.
Right. Well, as you said, film time. They're going to dissect that one on the film and see where the breakdown was.
Yep, because the other portion of film time is the next team's going to get that film.
Right.
And so, you know, a lot of times, you know, you hear it in the NFL broadcast all the time that we're a copycat league. Well, that's everywhere. College, high school, little league, midget league, it doesn't matter. It's youth football. It's all the way to the top.
Oh, yeah. You watch that film and see that this team was successful with this. We're going to try to do the same thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it builds. Then everybody starts getting their own little wrinkles, and then things build and keep building. And the one thing about football, it always recirculates.
Looks like the Wildcats are one player short.
Yep.
Parker asking for another now. The 2 players short.
Yeah. Callister's back on the field here. Offensively now.
Parker hands it to Caden King. And he has some room. He's going to be out past the first line.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's got to be a first down. It's tough when you get along that sideline and all those folks there, and they go leaning those sticks back. They're back to the outside zone here again.
First and 10, Williamsport. Ball on 42.
King picks up about 11. So it'll be first and 10.
Yeah, we got an offense, illegal procedure on the offense there. The right tackle, I believe, moved. He did a little flinch. You know,
Flag on the play, resulting in false start.
Back them up 5.
I always like it when the linemen, it's like, anytime they ever really get recognized when something like that happens, we don't, but we've noticed a couple blocks downfield.
Yes, we have.
And, we try to highlight that, but I know the linemen I've coached over the course of time have been like, anytime the referee say anything to me when I do something wrong. So
Parker taking a knee. The Wildcats going to try to run the clock out.
Yeah.
I don't know if they might turn it back over here, but certainly a comfortable lead if they do turn it back over to Smithsburg.
So when the back judge here starts, got his hand in the air, and he's going to start chopping here in a second. 1, 2, and then there you go. They start moving their hand. They'll put their hand up 10 seconds and then count it down.
We don't 5. Yeah,
we don't have a play clock here, so that's what you have to rely on. But they do that. That's their mechanics in the game anyway. So, we always try to tell the quarterbacks, find the back judge. If you can't see the clock, find the back judge. And we usually know which one is keeping the time on the field. I think they're going, yep.
Another kneel down here.
Yep, we don't have to take another snap to 40 seconds. It was under 35 when they snapped it.
So the Wildcats improved to 2-0 on the season. Smithsburg will drop to 0-2. And Williamsport with a 34-12 victory here tonight at Smithsburg. As we go down the final seconds here, time runs out. That's going to do it. Game is in the books officially. Stay with us. We're going to wrap things up here. Coach Irish and I will look back at what we saw in the game, and Bob Parsletti will also join us. He'll have Coach Tim Small and possibly a couple of Williamsport players as well. So stay with us. More to come here from Smithsburg High School. The final score, Williamsport 34, Smithsburg 12.
Running the bases, it's more than just about speed. It's about agility, endurance, and resilience. But injuries can slow you down. At Meritus, we specialize in keeping athletes at their peak. From prevention to recovery, from rookies to professionals, our team of experts are here to keep you at the top of your game.
Looking to buy or sell your home? At Real Estate Innovations, we do more than just list and sell real estate. Since 2009, our agents have been offering detailed knowledge of local communities, housing trends, and the overall real estate market. With offices located in Frederick, Hagerstown, Greencastle, and Spring Mills, we have you covered. Call us at 301-745-1500 to connect with one of our real estate experts.
From Hagerstown, Kia.
Be road trip ready in your new Kia from Hagerstown Kia. Like the Kia Sorento, room for up to 7. Or the Kia Sportage with best-in-class cargo room. Or go big and bold with the Kia Telluride with room up to 8. Shop online at HagerstownKia.com or in person and let our sales consultants help you choose your next Kia. Serving our community proudly for over 25 years, we are
Hagerstown Kia.
Are you tired of living with water that is causing rust stains, hard water spots, or bad smell or taste? With S&L Water Solutions, you'll know from your initial call that your water is our priority. We offer well pump services, water testing and treatment, and salt delivery. No water or low water pressure? We fix that too. Let S&L Water customize a complete water system for your specific needs. Just because your water's clear doesn't mean it's clean. Locally owned and operated. Call S&L Water Solutions for an in-home estimate today.
Welcome back here to Smithsburg High School post-game show. Williamsport with a 34-12 win over the Smithsburg Leopards. The Wildcats improving to 2-0 on the season. Smithsburg dropping to 0-2. Glad to have you here with us on Antietam Broadband. Our high school sports coverage in this fall season getting underway. Going to take a look at some highlights here. And Coach, an impressive night for the Wildcats with a 34-12 win. But you think about the opportunities that they missed as well.
Right.
And credit to the Smithsburg defense, but a lot of missed opportunities by the Wildcats.
Yes, there was. Like right here on the screen.
Yes.
That was to start the third quarter. Nice job. Get a turnover here, take it back, and and they come right back, and these are one of these games where it's kind of tough, when you get behind for circumstances, and you got a juggernaut like Williamsport giving you a little mix of everything. It keeps you on your toes. But I thought overall, right here, playmakers. It was the difference in the game and the athletes. And I know Coach Miller had that concern going in. And on the flip side, Coach Small knew that he had the matchups in his favor. And the very first thing both coaches said to me when I asked what's your gut feeling, what's your thoughts, and they both said, Coach Miller said, the matchups are in their favor. Coach Small said the matchups are in our favor. So it was interesting to see that. And, so it's kind of hard. And then, you're making plays just like we're seeing the Smithsburg defense. They got better as the night went on, I thought. There was a couple breakdowns, but in the red zone back against the wall. So they showed that they, in some adverse situations, they can play some defense. But you give up these big plays. And that was the second thing that Coach Miller said to me was big play capabilities. And that was the second thing Coach Small said to me is our big play capabilities. So it was really interesting. They know their team, and they know their opponents. So you knew what the scouting report was going to say. But, nice play. The Wilmore kid, they've tried to feature him. He had one catch for like 12 yards for a touchdown last week. And right here's another great play. This is where I was telling you about, they're not trying to rub salt in the wound here and but they're trying to think down the road and let's see what players do in this situation. So you think players and not plays at times.
Yeah. And I don't want to sound as if I'm coming down too hard on the Williamsport offense. We talked again about early season. Yet now missed opportunities in week 2 are different than missed opportunities in week 8 and week 9,
yes,
right?
100%. And I guarantee you, Coach Small, tonight or tomorrow morning when they're going to look at the stats and look at the film, that's what he's going to be concerned with. Is we need to shore up that red zone offense, and because later down the road, that could be not good for you. So,
well, we talked a little bit about Ciante Wilmore. We're going to send it down to Bob Parcelletti. He has Ciante Wilmore down there to talk to him about his game tonight. Bob, go ahead, take it away.
Okay. Hi, Ciante. You had kind of an interesting game today. I guess you showed up on defense the first half and offense the second half. What's the mindset in that? Which one do you try to get first?
I just. To be honest, I really don't know. I just go out there and try my best and do what I do, and that involved to the pick 6 over there, and I just needed to get I needed that play to get our team going in the second half and the third half, and in the second half, third, you know what I mean.
It sounded, when I was listening to Coach Small, it sounded like it was going to be a science fiction movie here. He kept talking about athletes in space, and they seemed to get the ball to you in the second half, and you got a couple nice breakaways. What do you like best, the catch or the run afterwards?
I like to run afterwards. I like to hear the crowd yelling like, go, go. I can't hear them saying go, but I can just hear them cheering, and I just know that I'm putting points on the board for my team.
You guys played well, but you guys didn't punch the ball in. You had a lot of opportunities. What happened today?
It wasn't our best night. We didn't play our full best like we should have, but we just came out here and got it done. Faced adversity for the first play of the game, so.
Well, now you're the old dog. We were talking about this. 4th year playing here. What's it like to be, because not a lot of guys get to do that. What's it like to be a guy that has 4 years of varsity experience?
It is, I don't know. I don't want to feel special, but I just want to say it's talent. Like, I came in to the school my first year ready to play with the upperclassmen, and you know, do what I do.
All right. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
We got Coach Small over here in a second.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here.
Hey,
Bob.
I was giving Ciante a hard time. I said, because you talked about, I said, with science fiction football, getting athletes in space.
Yes. I think I might even talked about it at quarter or whatever. Ciante has played like 35 ball games for us, playoff wins, made a lot of plays. He finished the game for us last week, kind of took the game over tonight. Our challenge is, we know he's going to take everybody's best, is to, get him in space, move him around, get him the ball, find opportunities to do that. We got a great cast of characters around. I don't want to take anything away from the other guys.
Yeah.
We're really proud of a lot of the work and a lot of progress some of these other guys have made, up front, which was probably our biggest weakness coming into the year. Those guys, for the most part, are taking care of business, and we've been able to run the ball. We need to run the ball, which is extremely important.
Your defense gave you field position. You just didn't finish it all.
I don't even want to know how many trips we took inside the red zone tonight. I'm sure later tonight I'll know. We got to be more efficient. It's tough in practice, to simulate that situation, and it's a nice little high school environment here tonight. It's a good crowd, good night, but we got to get better.
What's it going to take to get to where you want to go? I mean, you got, it looks like the talent to do it. What do you need?
Yeah, we just, wanted to see fewer penalties and less turnovers tonight. I think our turnover margin, we probably still came out on top because of a couple of picks and different things. But we gotta clean some stuff up. It's just gotta, and we had some effort penalties. We don't fault the kids when we watch film on effort penalties, but we got to be smarter.
Yeah.
So, it's just that's a teaching thing. So we're just going to keep plugging away.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Good
thanks,
luck.
Bob. Appreciate you.
Yep.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for being here tonight, man. Thanks for everything. Thanks for.
All right, thanks, Bob. Thank you, Coach. And thanks to Ciante Wilmore as well. 3 touchdowns tonight for Ciante Wilmore. Had the interception in the first quarter, and then 2 receiving touchdowns here in the second half to kind of close things out. So a big night for Ciante Wilmore and for the Wildcats as well. 34-12 is your final score. The Wildcats knocking off the Smithsburg Leopards. We'll remind you one more time, tonight's live coverage here on Antietam Broadband, brought to you by Hagerstown Kia, the dealer that makes it easy. Hagerstown Kia wishes much success to the student athletes participating in tonight's game, the schools that they represent, and their surrounding communities. So that wraps it up for us tonight here from Smithsburg High School. I'll remind you our next game will be 2 weeks from tonight, Friday, September 27th, as the St. James Saints will be taking on the South Hagerstown Rebels at School Stadium. We'll be live at 5:45 with pregame on Antietam Broadband Channel 6 and 806, and you can also watch on YouTube as well. So that'll do it for us from Smithsburg High School here tonight. For Coach Pete Urish, I'm Mark Keller. Thank you all for joining us here on Antietam Broadband for our high school football coverage, and hope you join us next time for more high school sports on Antietam Broadband. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.